Rations inside the oven.
No, it's a barrel.
We put
And
it in a barrel.
you're sitting
and
your
it's
ass
in a
on top of the
wheelbarrow.
barrel with.
That's right. That's right. Captured one alive. Where's the fucking
I think we put him in a bucket and we put a chair on top of it to.
Yeah,
there it is, the townhouse.
Hey, actually, can I take my adamantium greatsword and just fucking stick it through the top of the barrel? Just like fucking lock him in place with a fucking hole in him?
I think he could just like slither out of that though. He just changed.
No, but I'm saying like fucking with him being stuffed in the barrel and my blade going through him, he's not going to be able to move around, and he'll constantly damage himself if he does that.
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Okay. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Like kind of like fucking skewer him in there
He says
without
skewer
killing him.
Pin him in there. So your characters, I'll say you find they can squeeze down to 1/8 their size. Yeah, I say you could squeeze this motherfucker in this bucket over here. Or the stove. I don't know. I don't know exactly.
I think you said the stove was a no-go because it could.
No, it's got a.
Yeah, I thought
Stove. I shouldn't have said
we
shit.
did
I
all
should
the
I should
math.
have said shit,
Everybody
honestly. I
stuff
should have let
in
y'all
inside
stuff
of
him in there and then been like, well, you open the stove, that motherfucker's gone. Went through the flue pipe. Went through the fucking flue pipe. Escaped that shit.
I'm sure somebody would have thought of that.
Times when the DM should have opened it. I got a little too carried
I'm sure
away.
somebody here has a
Sometimes I'd be thinking
that-
along with the players when I shouldn't be. I'd be like, yeah, that's a good idea. Like, oh shit, the fuck am I saying?
just because the people that are playing the characters might not have thought about it, doesn't mean that the character themselves wouldn't have thought about it. Just the player didn't have the wherewithal to say it themselves.
Oh,
If that makes sense.
So you're saying Waylon too goddamn smart not to know that shit, huh?
Right. Him or Queen of Me or even fucking Caldum.
Tell them too smart to not notice that shit. The monks are
I
too
mean,
wise.
motherfucker's been around
The
for
monks are too.
51 years.
Now that's true. It is hard to play mental scores. I usually like for players with like high mental scores, I'll let them like roll checks or something, or I'll throw extra hints at at those characters since I figure they'll know a lot more. But
You didn't do that shit
yeah.
for Luna. Make her fucking cast spells against undead and say shit. I don't want to fucking hear that. I don't want to fucking hear that shit.
You
Like,
get
it
the
doesn't work. I'm like, bitch, she has an intelligence score of 22. You mean to tell me that she fucking know that? Now you let me do that shit. I want to hear
That shit was hilarious. I was like, you sure? I'm pretty sure. I was like, you sure? You casting it on the undead?
It was a blunder. It happens to us all, Icarus.
Yeah.
It was a blunder.
All right. There's a bucket. You stuffed it in the bucket. I guess you turned the bucket upside down towards the floor. And I remember, I think Waylon said, let's put this chair on top of it.
Yeah, the chair on top of
Put
it.
some weight on it. Which one
And
was it?
sit on the chair.
Oh, you guys took out the buff one. Okay, that's a buff one. Yeah, that one's strong. Yeah, you guys have to put some weight on that shit.
Did we got a while ago, did we?
It'll start pushing against the floor and trying to get that shit off once it gets conscious. Thing is, it's unconscious right now. So,
Put the chair
A
on
lot
it
to
and then
knock
sit
it
in the
out.
chair.
unconscious creatures.
So we just need to talk to it until we kill it. So let's start asking some questions, Tony.
How long does one being unconscious last? Oh, there it is.
Where's the ball? Sent you. That's how I picture Icarus would say that shit.
What are we asking yet?
Yeah.
Where's the ball?
Y'all can start deliberating.
Yeah, what are we asking it?
Where's the bomb? Uh, who sent it? You know, that's it, really. Who sent you? After that,
Mm,
Well, it works for. What's her name?
can we find out where she's at? Does she know where? Does it know where she's
The,
at?
the chick that starts with an X, whatever the fuck her name is. I forget.
Uh,
Xantha?
they should wake up
uh,
in about an hour or two. The characters don't know exactly, but
Where's that letter?
Zanisha?
Where's that letter? Where's that letter?
Zanisha? That's Zanisha?
Yeah,
yeah,
Nisha.
Zanisha.
the mistress of the seven. I was just gonna
Oh,
refer to her
Does
as the
she know?
mistress.
Does he know where she's at? Do we know
Who
where
is
she's
she?
at?
Asking who
Yeah.
she is.
Zanisha.
Zanisha.
Yeah.
So I was about to say Zunisha is the name of that fucking giant sentient elephant in fucking One Piece with Zoe.
Yes.
Oh, Zunisha.
Yeah.
That's what you were thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, you're thinking of Zunisha, yeah.
Yeah.
That giant ass fucking.
Just any information at all you can gather. What does she look
Yeah.
like? Where is she?
Yeah.
What are you
We'll
up to?
take anything if there's anything.
The usual
Well,
stuff.
we know it
Where is
knows
she?
something because they started transforming when we mentioned the name Mistress of the Seven. That's when they transformed after that.
Hmm.
So we're
Let's get
gonna
the
ask
question.
about the mistress,
Hmm.
what they know about her, where we could find her. Icarus goes, well, the next question is, how much are we willing to be diplomatic about this? Because at some point, my patience will run thin. She's asking, at what point do we start intimidating and not diplomacy?
Oh.
You're the face. I'll leave that up to you, man.
Yeah.
You're the one with the charisma score. That's completely up to you.
You could show me how the intimidation is done. I would like to learn.
It's my intimidate check right now.
Hey, listen here, you jelly mold being. How's that to start?
She
You-
chuckles and well, I see what you're getting at, but that was her intimidate roll, an imitation intimidate roll. So she gives you that, and like there's a brief brisk of fire that surrounds her, and her eyes just go a brighter red, and she goes, "You want to give the impression that you have all the power and they are nothing but this small thing within your grasp. Show them that they should fear you unless you supply what they want. But not enough to give them this idea that they will die, but their resistance will be heavily, heavily punished."
Motivation through fear and possible pain. Noted.
And she goes, and you have us around you that even helps that facilitate that environment. I believe that you and Nasir could easily facilitate that fear with your abilities. Sometimes describe what you can do to them, see what happens. Gives them the option that, well, I won't hurt you, but I can't say so much about my friends.
Can't
all.
promise I won't.
It's all about taking away their security.
All right, so at least for the next hour or two, what your characters are doing before this thing wakes up.
Get the ransacking the rest of the house. See if there's anything.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
There's still some
that's
unopened
my
rooms and shit in here, right?
that's my I guess perception stealth, whatever.
All right. Well, yeah.
Perception
You open
check.
this room,
Um,
you
how to
see what looks to be as a bathroom area. There's a tub, a sink area.
Icarus will.
Is there another room? Is there anything another place? That other key that we had. Is there?
The other key that you have,
Is that
you
other
are holding it in hand as you go room to room,
look
looking to
around?
see if there's I guess your
It
characters
goes anything?
you guys got plenty of time. I could say you just take 20 in every room for for the perception.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah, he's got a whole hour. You check this room, bathroom area, find anything of note, of any special interest. This area over here looks to be, you see a couple of chairs, looks to be like a study area. It's got books lined up on the shelves of various topics, stuff about different regions of the world, stuff about it's got historical books in there. It's got a nice collection of like various material. Um, this room, I'm still trying to figure out. I don't know what that's supposed to be in the center. Yeah, no fucking clue. It's a room.
looks like looks like a dummy with a robot.
See, I don't know if that's like supposed to be a book or a fucking
A robe.
this.
It's it's a monk, a folded up monk's robe on a
It
table.
says folded up monk's room.
Holding up
Pretty sure
monk's
that's what it
robe.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I agree.
Whatever it is. Um, it it appears there doesn't seem much value or significance in it. Well, like literally, they gave me the townhouse. They gave me no descriptions for the rooms. They gave me a description of one particular fucking
Oh,
area, but everywhere else, it's like townhouse. Like, oh, thanks.
so there's just
I
nothing.
guess I'll
There's
look at the
nothing else in the
fucking
house.
map and figure out what's what. Like I know this is a bathroom,
Right.
and I know this is like a study.
Nah, it
Don't know
For,
what
sounds
the
like
fuck
for it
this
to be
is.
such
sound like
a
townhouse.
big,
For further details, look up Zillow. The end. Son.
Right. I'm sitting here
uh,
like, okay,
this is a big piece of the story. For there to be like no description of it, that is kind of crazy.
yeah,
But
it was nuts. I can't obviously the central book wasn't written perfectly. I was looking
still,
online to see if like anybody else had, I don't know, detailed the place, but apparently
mm,
nobody questioned the lack of detail. And in fact, some people were like, "Well, since seeing around townhouse, the owner's dead. Do you ever had your players own it?" Like, I'm like, okay,
mhm.
that
I know that. I know that question was
that doesn't
coming
help
next.
me right now. I still don't know what's in
What's in it?
the rooms of the
So
fucking
there's no.
house. You want to
What
own
is
So
your
there
something
were no
home?
clues. There were no clues or anything.
So,
There were no clues.
not on the ground floor. You check out around the ground floor. This area was obviously the kitchen. You look through the stove. You know, your characters, the ones that are obviously probably I would say the ones that either want to or obviously the ones that have the high perception, but also the ones that want to also look around. Um, Nothing on the ground floor of any note. Um, Back here, it,
What's in the shed?
yeah, it's a shed. It's a shed with like various. Actually, there's a barrel in there. You can stuff the motherfucker in there. There you go. The barrel or crate, whatever you guys want to stuff them in. The shed actually has
Yeah,
something. You can take the unconscious blob out of the fucking amorphous humanoid and stuff them in the barrel instead. The barrel has a
sounds
lid,
good.
and your characters were able to secure the lid onto the barrel.
Nice.
Icarus goes, I recommend we talk to him through the barrel, and if he fails to give us what he wants, we set the barrel on fire.
Poke some air holes in there.
Thank you.
Um, upstairs on the second floor. Over to the right of the map. So here's the second floor. And up here, it definitely looks to be like a more like a living room type area, like a relaxful, like a den. See some
Okay.
plants set up over there. You can see big sofa, a couple of chairs by a fireplace, and those of you with the very high perceptions, looking around and searching everything, just taking your time. You actually find a secret cache hidden in the fireplace mantle.
Snap.
Got 2 monk's robes in it. Fucking crazy.
Fucking wild, bro.
Found their stash.
Who knew that?
Oh wait,
That's where
that's
they
the
hide the drug money.
Who knew that Aldred Foxglove was a monk enthusiast?
oh, that's the third floor. Okay, so here, let me light up the second floor. Here's the second floor. This is not a bad fucking house. This is the second floor. And here looks to be like another dining area, I guess. Um, these two are bedrooms. Looks like this one over here is like a guest bedroom. Actually, they both look more like guest bedrooms. Um, you didn't find anything under the beds, nothing on the. And take note, a lot of these areas are dusty and unused. It appears that these faceless stalkers were mainly situated on the ground floor. Um, the windows are boarded, so there's not much light up here. Um, when you get to the third floor, it is the third floor. The third floor, there's another bathroom and like another study area, and it's right next to this master bedroom. The lush-looking white tiger carpet I see on the floor. Um, and it's got a wardrobe that's full of like old moth-eaten clothes. But this fireplace over here,
Is that real tiger fur?
yes,
Mm. This would look good back at the manor.
Real tiger fur. That is dope though.
real
Gonna roll
tiger.
this shit up and take it with us.
Absolutely. Tiger
And load
fur.
that
Oh,
up in the
that's exotic.
Mm-hmm.
um.
That's
So
going right in the wagon, bro.
the fireplace does have a secret cache hidden that was found. The mantle itself is decorated with two roaring lion heads at both ends. Um, in fact, the lions do match that bronze key that Nasir was holding on to and looking at.
So that bitch up.
You look around, see if there's any place to place the key in, and you do find a tiny keyhole deep in the back of the left lion's throat.
Deep though. uh, Sam looks over at Raquel and he's like, "Yo, bro, look at this shit." And he sticks the hole, he sticks the key in the hole, and he turns the lock.
Opens, and the hidden cache appears to contain a bag.
Bag of
Along,
bitches.
there's a bag along with a shallow wooden case.
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag?
You grab the bag, and when you grab it,
No,
you hear the familiar sound of tinkling coins. Opening up, you see what appears to be, estimately, I mean, well, somebody will eventually count it up, but there's about 200 platinum pieces in there.
hey,
Ooh, let's
Platinum,
go.
as in that's about 2,000 gold pieces worth.
let's
Nice.
go.
Looks like he had a nest egg that was well hidden when he was at the townhouse anyway. And then there's the shallow wooden case.
Hmm. Yeah. Kick that shit open. I see it opens it up.
You open the case, and there seems to be a lot of important looking legal papers in there, to which you
Hmm.
recall a certain member of your party being well versed with with legalities.
Legalities.
Ah, yes. Caldum would be interested in reading
He's like,
Who
you
would
know
have
who's
thought?
Kevin?
Who would have thought taking the profession barrister would actually come in handy? Who would have
Right.
thought that?
Caldum attorney at law will want to.
I can't believe that. I cannot believe that shit comes up healthy. Oh, I can't believe that
Calvin
shit is
Murdoch?
working out right now.
Right.
Surprisingly, it will.
Funny.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Especially in Magnamar.
I'm so glad I took that
So
profession.
Nasir looks over the paperwork. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, I don't know what the fuck this shit is. He's like, one word is one human gibberish. He looks over at he looks over at he's like, can you do something with this? He hands her the paperwork.
Handed it to me.
No,
Oh,
Icarus.
No, you should hand it to him first.
I'm like, what?
Icarus looks over the paperwork and like there's this little gleam in her eye. She goes, "Yes, yes, yes.
Well,
You can definitely do something with this paperwork."
with the training and time that you have given yourself and prepared with your education, you easily identify these legal papers as they all pertain to the townhouse, as well as the deed to the manor is sitting in there as well.
Mm.
Oh,
And
We
Yeah.
can transform that paper and turn it into ours.
possession's 9/10 of the law, so
Oh
yeah.
shit.
Icarus
uh
looks at Waylon and she goes, "I think we found a place of headquarters in Magdamar, Waylon. These paperwork and some work, I can get these to be placed in our name."
Mhm.
you look over the deed to make sure that there isn't any certain stipulations you should be aware of. The deed does indicate that the Foxglove family actually had only financed 2/3 of the fuck. Oh, okay. Um. Oh, okay. My bad. It's legal papers pertaining to the townhouse. Okay. The deed is to Foxglove Manor, the haunted place that you guys.
Oh.
That's what the
Mm.
deed is for.
Oh shit.
The deed for that place indicates that the Foxglove family only financed 2/3 of that manor's construction 80 years ago. The remainder was actually financed by a group called the Brothers of the Seven.
Mm.
Wow. No
The
wonder that
Dun
place.
dun dun.
um
It is
okay.
possible if we took this place from them, they would have more reason to seek us out, to know that their little base of operation or potential, one of their checkpoints, now been taken over by someone that they
Well, it
didn't
seems
expect.
it seems that the manor back in Sandpoint was the originating joint venture between the Foxgroves and the sinister organization we are now getting into conflict with. If they go back that far, then they are already deeply invested in the Foxgroves. Deeply. That place was not built only for Aldern. That place was also built for the Foxgroves as a whole. And I believe that the Foxgroves are a prominent family here in Maglima, which means that right here in this very city, probably where they came into
Who was
contact
that?
with one another.
Alright, give me 1 second because I thought I uploaded this and I did not, but I need to upload it so that your characters have it available to look at whenever you want.
Icarus responds, and she goes, "It is possible for us to continue to do delegations as Foxglove to give this indication that nothing has happened." And she
Yeah,
touches the brooch on her head.
how do you how do you mean? Because it is clear that we have taken out the operatives that were working for the Seven. So unless we can somehow turn ourselves into shape-shifting aberrations in order to report, they are going to know something is up.
Well, we won't be able to turn into apparitions, but we can turn into Foxglove.
Are you referring to some sort of magical disguise?
She touches the brooch in her hair. She goes, "Well, yeah, this item here I can transform into someone and take their likeness and voice. Give
I
me some
see.
time to research who Foxglove is and understand his personality, and I can easily become Foxglove."
Well, if that is going to be our point of interest, in which what I say, infiltrate the organization, then first we need to really iron out the first step. The first step being, how do we initiate contact with the organization to begin with? This Brotherhood of the Seven, Mistress of
Our
this Zanashi.
our captive
Hmm.
friend might be able to help us with that. Find out
Nasir kicks the
how
bucket.
he contacts the Seven. It, whatever you want to call it.
Nasir kicks the barrel a little bit.
There is one interesting note that Icarus sees. There's a clause in the deed for the manor, an unusual one, near the end of this document that indicates that after 100 years, ownership of the manor and the lands within a mile around and below will revert back to the Brothers of the Seven.
Mm.
Hmm.
And below, meaning the catacombs that we found when we went through the whale originally. That is what they wanted to take ownership of as well. But now that the lands have been consecrated and purged of their evil influence, I wonder if they will be willing to let it go as a venture that is a failure, or will they try to to retake control over the lands? Is there something there that we miss that is important to them?
Know all men and women present and future that we, the members of the Brothers of the Seven, upon this day, the 6th Abadias, in the year of 4624, Absalom reckoning, hereby concede and by this deed confirm upon Vorel Foxglove provisional ownership of the holding to be known here and henceforth as Foxglove Manor, located north of Magnamar on the Lost Coast Road, due west of Bleaklow Moor on the promontory. So long as he, Vorel Foxglove, shall live, or so long as his direct descendants shall live, to a period not to exceed 100 years. Construction of Foxglove Manor having been financed partially on the holdings in coin of Vorel Foxglove to the amount of 6 and 60%, and partially upon the coffers of the Brothers of the Seven to the amount of the remainder, 4 and 13%, backed by collateral in the form of the Seven's Sawmill, located itself upon Kyver's Islet of Magnamar, shall ensure only the physical and initial construction of the aforementioned manor, with any subsequent repair and maintenance to be the sole responsibility of Royal Foxglove or his descendants for the aforementioned period of 100 years. And upon the passing of this time, on the date of 6 Sabbaths of 4724, Absalom reckoning, ownership of Foxglove Manor, to include all lands within a mile around and below, immediately and forever reverts to the Brothers of the Seven, with the employment of the manor, its grounds, and all improvements placed upon it by any prior inhabitants, to be subject to the Brothers' discretion. And so that our gift, concession, warranty, acquittance, and defense have the best perpetual strength and security, we have affixed Magnamar's seal, the present charter, which shall serve in lieu of signatures, the names of the Brotherhood to remain apart from this or any other document.
So the Brotherhood has a sawmill here.
Mm-hmm.
That's another spot to look for answers.
Absolutely.
Under the case, also, is a thin ledger. The majority of the entries, Icarus notes, are rather mundane, but several near the end of this ledger catches your attention. These are nearly a dozen entries from over the past 3 months, labeled as Aisha's trip to Absalom, and each entry indicates Foxglove was paying someone referred to as B-7 200 gold pieces a week for her quote-unquote trip, dropping off the payment every oath day at midnight at a place called the Seven's Sawmill.
Oh, there we go.
Spot on.
to, to the sawmill we go.
There is local knowledge checks to know where it's located in town. Obviously, the Deep Vale brothers are gonna have an easier
Mm-hmm.
DC than the
Right.
easier DC than the rest to beat
And
that one.
the payments were dropped off when?
Um,
Every
every oath day at midnight.
Oak Day?
Oak Day.
Oath
Oak Day.
Oath Day. What is Oath Day? I don't even know.
In the
That's like a Pathfinder day of the week or some shit?
yeah, in the handouts, I have the Galarian calendar.
Aha. Okay.
Ah,
Every Oath Day.
there it
What
is.
day is it today?
Did it pop up? Yeah, it popped up. Okay. On the
Right.
left, yeah, on the left you can see the days of the week. It goes from Moon Day all the way to
Toil
Sunday.
Day.
The Oath Day.
So
Toil Day
what's
sounds like
today?
it sucks.
Right. Toil Day. Task, work. Work, 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 work. Oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah, so is today Oath Day or is it some other day? What is today?
Right.
That is an interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, marked the calendar. I thought I marked the day down somewhere.
I got a 23 total for Wayland. And then for Icarus.
Quim.
I'll say today
Sorry. Derp.
is Moon Day, so Oath Day would be in another 3 days. Well, it does say
Okay.
midnight on Oath Day, so since the day begins
Fi-
at midnight,
Fire Day
so
morning
yeah,
or
it'd
whatever.
be like
Or,
another two and a half
oh,
days.
midnight.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. So wheel day night
Yeah,
into Oath Day.
yeah. Wheel Day at night, right? Going into Oath Day.
Hmm.
All right.
Months of the year. It is the. I know the campaign began in.
Damn, Quentin got a 14.
What are you rolling?
Knowledge
Well,
local.
Oh.
Spring.
Damn.
Damn,
Okay.
Nasir's been reading up.
Well, Nasir knows.
Photographic water.
Nasir's been learning about some Magnamar shit while he was in Sandpoint.
I'm gonna have to mix some
He's
shit
starting to
up.
ride over. He was asking a
Wayland,
bunch of questions to freaking
Wayland's heard of it.
to
He's just
Windermere.
not. Wayland's heard of the
Wayland got a
mill, but has
oh,
not does not know the exact location.
Wayland
Actually,
has
no,
a
wait. His
20
DC, he got a lower DC. That's right. Wayland knows where it's at.
plus
Mm.
Wayland. That's Wayland's roll without the modifier. Wayland got a 23
Hmm.
total. But it was Quindamir that got a 3 plus 11. Quindamir has a
Oh, that was
4.
Quindemir's. Okay, Wayland.
Yeah.
All right, then Wayland and Quindamir know. Caldum doesn't have an idea. Nasir surprisingly knows. Icarus does not
I'm not
know.
even attempting.
All right.
These
So
sorts of things do not interest Rakim.
three of you do know the location of the sawmill in the city.
All right.
So the question now remains: do we go there before Oath Day, or do we
Mm.
go there when the payment is to be dropped off and see if we can locate who's taking it?
That sounds like a question
I
for a nigga with
I
magical cards.
I think that it would
He was
be
dropping off the payment. But he's dead now.
Oh,
Who was dropping it off?
Foxlove was the one that was dropping off the payment on Oath
Right.
Day at the sawmill.
So
okay.
Yeah.
I think it would be a
so
good
so
opportunity.
Icarus would be dropping it off.
Yep.
Right.
All right.
It would
Mhm.
be a good opportunity for Icarus to use that magical disguise of hers to impersonate Foxlove. See if she could get any information. While
Although
she
we
is
still,
do- while she is doing that, we can easily set ourselves up for an ambush. And when she has extracted as much information as she could, then we leap in at a signal that she would give off to us, getting the drop on our enemies.
so then a few things would be required. We need to know where exactly the payment is normally dropped off, so everything appears normal. We need to know the layout of this sawmill and what kind of personnel are either are there or not there
Who's
at
got
those
the
times at night.
Who's got the
And we'll
gas?
need potions of invisibility. Perfect for stealth.
Who got that good
Mm.
ass intelligence?
So if we are invisible, we can do whatever we want.
All right.
Quindamir. Quindamir. I'll say that Quindamir points out that the curious code of B-7 looks to be code for a member of the Brotherhood, number 7.
Mm.
Mm.
As for the layout of the sawmill, considering a sawmill is a a domain of public marketing. It is possible that we can go down to City Hall here in Maglemar and see if we could pull up the blueprints for the sawmill. They may have it on record.
Uh, you're also
Oh
free.
shit.
You're also free to make local checks concerning the Brothers of the Seven.
That's
Nice.
just that idea just suddenly reminded me of like another fucking game I was involved in that turned into a complete clusterfuck. Because
Really?
we made a joke about like Waterdeep just being like steeped in like red tape and you can't get around anything with like logistics and legality issues and like we were making jokes about it, but then I guess we were like annoying the DM and he just leaned so fucking hard into like turning it into like a I don't know, just a red tape game that it just really turned fucking funny. But like he's like, "Oh, you guys want to do this? All right, let's do this." And like we needed licenses for things and fucking it turned into this crazy shit.
Damn.
My character at the time couldn't read, so like I don't know. I was trying to
Yeah.
get a license or something, and or they asked me for my license, right? And I'm like, here's my performer's license, and I like minor illusion the license like in my hand, and he's like, oh, what's it
Damn.
say? And right then I'm like, fuck, can't read. That's right. I'm like, I don't know. It has like squiggly lines and musical notes on it. Like,
Oh God, wait, I'm on to that.
Wayland got a 13 for his, but Quindamere got a 30.
Quindamir is
I got a
able to
53.
not see
inform
it
the
with the
group.
smooth 53.
Quindamir is able to inform the group that the Brothers of the Seven is actually he has learned divine uh previously back in Sandpoint when they were first brought up. Um, what he was able to connect with his with what he's learned is that the Brothers of the Seven is a secretive gentlemen's club that's based in Maglemore, and it consists of merchants or thieves, depending on whom you talk to.
Oh God.
Hmm.
So very elitist little little club,
Club,
Sounds like a
little fraternity thing going there.
sounds like a
Brotherhood of Evil
mysterious
Mutants.
Assassin's Creed esque, you know?
Right,
Sounds like a
Right.
sounds like a perfect place where Icarus could go.
Bunch of
right.
some Magnamar Freemasons going there.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Cap's looking at me
That's
like, you
what I've
motherfucker.
Ready? Definitely. So what do you have? 3 days for that?
If you're trying to act like you're gonna drop off this payment, yeah, you characters have let's see, it's the evening of Moon Day. It's getting yeah, it's about
Hmm.
the evening of Moon Day now. Um, so you got 2 days, and then into like the midnight of Wheel Day, going into Oath Day.
All right. You spend that time gathering information, or I guess.
Yeah, your characters can spend time doing what you want
First would be questioning
in the city.
Hmm.
Um, especially
Rubber bones
some of
when
the
he wakes
loot,
up.
especially some of the loot that you found.
Did did uh did Icarus question the Jello pudding
I'd
nigga
say
in the
after your
bucket?
characters have,
Jello
I'd
pudding.
say after your characters had scoured the place, you went to go check on this faceless stalker to see if they awaken,
Okay.
which they have, and because the barrel starts to move
Mm.
around
Mm.
rather aggressively.
I'll hold it. I'll hold it down.
Make an opposed strength check.
Mm.
I think for you is 1d20 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, so you won that contest of strength with making sure that it doesn't knock the barrel over and pop the lid off and come rolling out. Not like it has much strength to get away, since all it would probably take is another hit to take it back down.
our new friend is awake, Icarus.
But you might want to get to acid or something.
They are conscious now.
Icarus looks into the barrel, just kind of like eyes it a little bit. She goes, I'm sure you're aware of the situation you're in right now. That we have a few questions to ask. How you answer them determines what happens to you afterwards.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now we are looking for information regarding, how do I say it? The mistress of the seven. That must have struck a chord with you the last time when we mentioned her name, because that's when you attacked us. So, let's start with, who is she? And why is she important? I will start with we'll start with diplomacy first.
Um, Rakim is watching this very intently, but he's more focused on like Icarus and like mentally taking notes.
Not a word, and with even more hostility. The faceless stalker aggressively tries to break out again.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Strength check.
Okay. So what?
Knocking
Okay. Yeah.
knocking
Good.
Nasir aside
Then we
very
don't have to wake up so early.
surprisingly roughly, even while within
Sweet.
using all the muscles that it has, while squeezing there,
Mm.
just, shoving it around, spins off of his grip, and the barrel falls over, lid pops open, and it tumbles out, prone on the floor. It's putty-like looking body, like reverting back to a normal shape, as opposed to the squeezing that it had to endure while inside the barrel. And it looks around at its situation, and although you can't really see any facial features on it whatsoever, you get a good, some of you get a good, especially the ones with the high sense motive, you get an easy sense that it really doesn't want to answer questions, and it would it looks like it's preferring to just try and escape and even die trying.
Mm. Oh, it doesn't want to talk.
It feels like it's doing this more out of a sense of both, not just out of a sense of fear for its life, for survival.
Icarus looks down at it, and she kind of gives like this fake chuckle, She goes, I don't think you understand gravity of the situation you're in right now. There is no means of escape. We don't plan on killing you just yet. And she like looks at Cowdum with his sickles. I have some companions that are willingly and enthusiastically ready to finish the job. But we can do this two ways. Either you answer our questions and we make it quick. You don't answer our questions and we make it slow. The choice is yours. Intimidate. Woo!
Nice.
Okay. Where is? I believe you passed. Let me double check. 10 plus its hit dice plus its wisdom modifier. Oh yeah, you passed. So instead of attempting to flee, to stand up and try and flee, it lays there on the ground, realizing it's surrounded like Loki was in Avengers. Um, and it tells you this in the common tongue. You wolf. I will not give up Zanisha. I will suffer a fate worse than death. You would be wise to let this go and go back home.
A fate worse than death. What kind of fate is that?
I won't come back if you let me go. I will go back to the Mushfans. We have failed. I will not return back to Zanisha.
Sense motive.
Okay.
Absolutely. Sense motive.
I
Not
believe him,
sure.
yo.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I do.
Let me see if I believe him too. Oh, I
Nasir.
believe him too.
Rakim is absolutely clueless. He is completely put off by the anatomy of this creature
Yeah.
and its nature, which is quite unnatural, in fact, it being an aberration. But Nasir, you, Callum, same thing. Hard for your characters to get a read off of this what would be alien to your senses.
Quentin
Nasir,
step
you get a sense, you get a good hunch that it's definitely telling the truth.
Quentin steps forward. He has a chunk on his shoulder. He holds up
Mm.
a hand to he holds up a hand against I guess Icarus's shoulder. Kind of like warding her off a little bit. And he says, hold up a minute. We all have this poor creature surrounded. The creature has already said that it has failed. We have downed so many of this creature's accomplices, and it is clear that this creature is working under duress by this Zunisha. And he turns around to the creature. And Luke, are you still here?
Yeah, I got the headset on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just getting
Okay, cool.
some coffee.
So he turns around to the creature and he goes, "It is clear to me, as well as to you, that you are not in a good position. But you must understand, your failure does not mean that it is our failure. I cannot promise you that when you leave out of here and go to where you choose to go, that you will be safe from the wrath of this mistress of the seven. After all, it is, how should I say, it is obvious that the friends and the organization that you are a part of would not tolerate failure. Even if we were to let you go, do you really think that this mistress of the night would think that you happen to survive, even though your friends did not, without giving up some sort of information? Even when you leave, if you do not give us anything, do you really believe that we will not somehow find our way to her doorstep, even without your help? And do you really think that if we do not take her down, that she will not find you and extract revenge for your failure, even if you do not give us information at all? No. I would say if I were in your position, your best bet would be to place your money on the winning horse. And considering that your friends are laying around you, incapacitated by this particular horse, this is the horse that is winning, my friend. This is what I can promise you. Give us the information that we need, and we'll even make sure that we take down this Janisha before she can bring harm to you and those who you are trying to connect with. I can give you this. A word. Promise. And that is something I am quite, quite aware of that your mistress will not be willing to give to you. That's my diplomacy check. And after he says that, he starts casting.
Cast
Icarus looks
after
like
he says that.
Mm-hmm.
Icarus looks at Cowden, and after Quindamir says that, she goes, and she looks at Cowden Sickles. She goes, I don't know if the entire group agrees with that promise, Quindamir.
I don't know. You have to see that diplomacy check first. The group may actually agree.
Oh,
The diplomacy check may be so overwhelming. I don't
Wait,
know, bro.
what's he trying
Cowden
to
got something to say. I
what's he
know it.
what's he trying to cast?
He casted Insidious Insight, which
Okay,
adds a
see, yeah, I'm
plus.
looking at that right now. So I had a feeling that was trying to pop up, but wouldn't he cast that beforehand to get the bonus? To get the extra, the +10 insight?
I wasn't sure when it was casted. I know
Yeah,
that's what I want to do.
it has to be an effect on the creature. So I'd say he casts it now,
And then 70 needs to say
So
and then
he'll,
said,
70.
and then he said all his stuff. Yeah,
okay.
because it'll give you great insight into the target creature's secret motivations and desires, granting Quindamir +10 insight bonus on bluff, diplomacy, intimidate, and sense motive against it.
I need that fucking spell.
Now,
So it'll be a plus 21.
yeah. So Quindamir, are you keeping the base DC or gonna roll it? His base is that divination? Oh, it is divination.
It's
Um,
divination. Yeah.
What
So
level
I'll
is it?
keep the base.
although does he have spell focus? I think he did, and he took it
Yeah,
off.
he definitely should as
Yeah,
a.
nah, he took it off.
What? Is he a
Ass.
diviner with no spell focus? Okay.
Ass.
You mean a you mean a specialist with no spell?
Yeah, yeah.
I
How
could
do your stuff
understand. I could
is
understand if you're a generic wizard and you decide not to take but if you're a
right?
specialist, you could be taking
Since
spell.
you like, okay, all right, it is what it
Well,
is.
let me stop. I was gonna say you should. He probably has.
Um,
He probably has
It's
another
pretty
focus,
typical.
and he had to make a sacrifice.
Ah,
Had to
got
make a
you, got
sacrifice, to get the build that he wants. So he can't get
you. Right.
everything, but.
He needs to take a fucking crafting feat because I'm sick as
So the
uh,
base would be. Is that a second level spell? The base would be, I think,
shit.
17. 17.
I'm still here. I'm just getting coffee.
That's so funny.
Still got the headset in case anything.
Uh,
Oh, damn. Gave me a case of deja vu. Just I'm like, wait, didn't I just?
That's so funny.
I said the same exact shit. Um,
Damn, I don't get that fucking spell. Man, that spell would be godlike.
insidious insight, mind affecting.
and it lasts 1 day per level. He could have
Right.
cast this
Ooh.
for mad
So
long.
any
Make
if
it
he
as a
so
scroll.
if he ever bumps into this creature again within the next 6 days, he's still got the bonus on it.
That man needs
That's
to turn it
crazy.
into a scrolling. Give it to me.
Ooh, the
Um,
target is one living creature. That means
yeah.
he could give this to he could give this to he can make potions of this.
Yeah, 17. You said you're keeping base.
Yeah, I'll give
All
him
right,
base.
DC
Ooh,
17.
plus 10. Could you imagine? Plus 21 bonus.
So I can give this to you, Icarus. I can make potions of it and then give it to you.
Ooh, it passed. So you only get the plus 11.
Plus 11. All
I
right.
mean,
So
unless you cast it again.
no, no, no. I'll take it.
Okay.
So it's a plus
Quinnimir's like, you know
11.
what? Let me try this shit again. It's not going anywhere. Let me keep casting.
right.
Clears his throat.
I didn't
I
even know
said.
bro,
That's
I didn't even know he had that spell. You're making me.
Then again, I do need that. I want this to. I want to get the. All right. So
yeah,
you cast it again.
yeah.
He'll cast
Do
it
it
Yeah, I
again.
again.
mean, how
That's it
many? How,
again.
I mean, how many
Yeah.
second level
Yeah.
slots does he
Roll
have?
it
Like,
again.
he
Roll it
has
again.
like,
Roll it again. You
He
son of
hasn't
a
used
bitch. Get
any.
that.
He
Get that
has.
one. You can't get. You got another 17 in you.
You mean to
he's
tell me
got
that he has a spell
he
that's
he's got 4 second level slots that he can use to. Well, not even.
Yeah,
He's got
more than
6.
that.
nigga, what?
Because he's a specialist, so he should have.
He's got
What?
spontaneous divination, so he could use all
Yeah.
of his second level slot,
This
any of his
nigga
second
got-
level slots to like spontaneously cast a second level fucking divination
Right.
spell.
That
All right.
man
So
was sitting on unluck like he was just doing.
he did
Yeah.
do on low once though.
I did it. That
No,
was
he
Um,
did
me.
it.
That was
That was
me.
Icarus.
that was
Damn.
yeah.
That was
Um,
totally what you got.
all right, let's roll
Do
again.
not, do
All right.
not.
Yeah. Keep the
Every
base.
time there's something crazy happened, it was one of y'all that did
So as the creature resists the magic, it looks like it wanted to leave, but
it.
realizes it would have been futile, so it resists the spell. Krindamir,
There we go.
after Krindamir just realizing instantly that the spell didn't go through, just recites the words again. He's just like, oh gosh, man.
Crack
Oh
it.
god.
There we go.
Oh gosh, man. Like he says it more forcefully the second time, the creature's like, and now all this flood of information comes into Quindamir's mind. Then with the information that he has, he was able to make his speech, to which he has a plus total of 21 to his goddamn. Well done.
Yeah, 34 dip.
Hmm.
You've managed to convince the creature to go from being a hostile to unfriendly.
Let's go.
Still not quite enough not quite
Hmm.
didn't convince him quite enough to make that attitude go to relax itself far enough to be able to give answers
Information out.
and yeah, give
Mm.
some information out with future diplomacy checks.
Hmm.
So he can tell that with what he said that his demeanor has relaxed more, and so it's now just sitting on the floor, cross-legged.
Hmm.
Well, then Icarus looks over to
and replies with, "Oh, I believe in what you say. I am better off. I am much better off going back to the Mushfens. I have no reason to believe Zanisha will come for me there. He loves being in Magnamar too much. Despises going out to the wilderness. It would be a waste of her resources to deal with one such as myself. He's lucky that we even agreed to have served her."
Caldum pipes up and says, "You made a very wise choice this evening."
so then Quindamere looks back.
Icarus kind of chuckles at Caldum and he looks at her sickles. He goes, "Well," and she like whispers to you. She goes, "Let's not be too hasty now.
So
He's
Quindamere
still
looks
not."
over looks
I'm
over
not.
to Icarus, and he goes, "Icarus, do you mind helping me out a bit?"
Oh.
Yeah.
This time a little less forceful. I am pretty sure there's something that we can offer this creature to make this go a little smoother. Maybe in the end we are asking for something for nothing. And as my brother Wayland would say, anything you could get for nothing is not worth anything at all.
Hold on. Let me look at it. What's her flaw? What was Icarus's flaw? Icarus looks at you and she goes, "To not what you're asking is a lot, but I understand where you're coming from. This thing has hurt our friends and has hurt me. So to be cordial with it, take a little bit more effort, but I see where you're coming from." She is now taking a -2 to diplomacy checks.
Damn. Okay.
I forgot she had a drawback. She has pride. So she has pride
Got you.
until the creature apologizes for what it's done.
Well,
Okay.
Forgot all about that drawback. Yeah.
that's dope. Let's role play with it though. All right. So really, he's asking for an aid other.
Okay. She will aid you.
So you don't have to be the main person, but you are.
She'll do that because
Yeah.
she's like she'll aid because
Aid on what? What's this for?
I want
diplomacy.
to attempt another diplomacy check.
What is that? +9.
But this time for a bribe. I want to find out what the creature wants and then try to bribe it instead of trying to ask for it for free.
Okay.
So characters try to offer it. Still, it refuses.
That was my aid.
It appears the creature's stance will not change.
All right. Well, Icarus shrugs his
Well, should I
shoulders.
say it will not change any further than you so far have made it change.
All right.
But
Icarus shrugs his shoulders.
out of
and
character,
goes,
it can
"Well,
still attempt to be never mind. Actually, I retract the answer question. Never mind.
Okay. So Icarus shrugs his shoulders and he goes, "Well, my friend, Seems that you have chosen your fate. Regretfully, it would seem you will not be making it back to your wherever place in the forest that you wanted to go to, because your life is going to end here. Foolish choice, I would believe. I would have ratted out that woman and been long on my way already. But it is your life and your choice. So be it. And then Icarus steps away, nods to Caldum on his way out. And that's just the end of that.
You said Icarus steps away?
Not Icarus, my bad.
Oh.
Quintamir steps away.
Oh, Quindamir.
Quintamir steps away, nods to Caldum as he walks past. I'm like, oh, wow, man. Pride. Guess he wants to get bodied.
Slayer's gonna slay.
Slayer's gonna slay.
I love how Caldum like had his weapons ready. Like it looked like I knew like it's gonna come down to this. He was like, that nigga ain't going nowhere.
Well, he always knew it was gonna come to this. Inherently.
Meanwhile, Waylon is scratching his beard. He's like, a fate worse than death. What?
This nigga said initiative.
Well, I want to see if Caldum beats it,
All right.
Initiative.
because it's like it realizes, oh shit. So let's see if it's gonna make an attempt to get away.
Mm-mm.
All right. So I don't
You
need to
have
be
to
the only
laugh.
one making initiative. You know, monks can grab this motherfucking thing. I'm just saying. My initiative sucks.
Yeah, and I don't want to take the kill away from you.
I don't need nobody to take it away from me. I just need a motherfucker to hold him there. I'll do what needs to be done. God damn. The fuck is gonna run? It's okay. You know what? I got haste. I can move 60 feet.
Haste
I'll
is,
fucking
go.
catch him.
Haste is
He
not
has
on.
to,
I don't
but
like.
he,
I
he
don't.
has
Not
to
on.
get
I don't
up.
like.
Haste wall off.
Come
Well,
on.
no,
man.
Caldum, he still has to get up. That's his. He still has to get up.
Yeah, but
Oh,
if
okay.
but if he's fast enough to beat their reaction, he can get up and move before they can swing.
Bullshit.
Nah, I mean, he could get up and move, but he's still provoking
Oh
attack
wait,
opportunity.
hold up. Who's got combat reflexes? Because you can still make attacks opportunity even if you're flat-footed.
Yeah,
Me.
All right, so the
Me.
monks can.
Both the
Billy,
monks.
me.
The the monks the, the, the monks, even though they're like shocked at the quickness this guy got up and started running, their body went.
cut it out.
It's
Have
so
it
funny.
speed.
Like he
Everybody
gets up, they trip him.
trip him without even like thinking about
We
it.
get we get attacks.
So the
Yeah.
two of you will get attacks as it goes to stand. Not like it knew you guys had, it figured, oh good, I'm fast enough to fucking get the fuck out of here. Boy. Let me surprise them. Oh shit, the monks are attacked. So make your attack. Obviously its AC's dropped because it's prone as it's trying to get up, and also you guys stripped it of its studded leather armor, which drops its
Mm-hmm.
AC for even further.
And we're flanking?
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically the two of you.
Don't roll a 1.
You can flick the bitch. Yep.
Done.
That's with no bonuses. That's just my straight up shit.
Bye
So-
bye.
Popped him
That's definitely a hit.
like a pimple. Popped him like a pimple.
Yep, you both went. Wow, took it back down.
Now,
Right.
I have a
It's
question.
gonna
I have a
be
question.
A lariat, yo, blah.
I have a question for you, Lou.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah,
Mm.
this situation now. Uh
The
huh.
right. So, well, all right. So listen.
The tenet of life.
Right, but wording, right?
Oh god. Here it comes.
It's if I slay an unconscious or helpless foe. He is not helpless.
He's unconscious.
Well,
Unconscious also leaves you helpless.
I don't
He ain't
know.
unconscious.
I
What do you
don't
mean? You're
think
just
you
trying to stand
necessarily
up.
slayed it,
No,
Raheem. I think your brother
no, I'm
did.
saying you both hit it, and well, you hit it with non-lethal. He hits it with lethal.
What I'm saying is, what if I choose to use lethal and I just take reduced damage, but
Oh,
he ain't helpless. If he dies,
you can do that. Okay, that's say both of you roll real damage, and we'll see if that actually killed him or left him dying.
Roll on the 6.
that would
Got
be lethal.
8. Okay, and that's here. Oh, you flanking him. Roll a d6.
Oh yeah, and then another d6. That's right.
Or was it 1d8?
Yeah, for you it's
Damn
1d8.
near full on that D6 too.
Y'all stole that whole kill. That's petty.
Hey,
Let
man.
me look at its constitution because that's when it
Gotta get
dies.
that combat reflexes.
That's when it dies.
You say 1d6?
No,
Yeah.
you get 1d8 plus 4, and then
And
and then
the
1d6.
precise? Yeah.
Yeah, from the precise. So it's at -8.
With 1.
And so it's
Uh,
at
You still got your
-9.
lightning fist going on?
No, that ended.
Then I did.
That ended an hour ago, long time ago. Um, I think it lasts for 3 rounds when he uses it.
Mm.
All right, your character damage his body even further, lies there in a dying state.
Go ahead, Calvin. Finish that bitch off.
Yes.
All right,
That's what I'm
now
going to
this
do.
is
Now,
where
this is
it's dying, right?
it's dying. I mean, there's no I don't think there would be a qualm with you just leaving it the way it is and just letting fate deal with it. It could die of
Right.
its wounds, but
Hate me and count him.
Yeah.
or it could
Calvin's going to
stabilize
end
and
this.
wake up sometime in the future. But
Nope.
All right, so
No chance of that.
I'm stepping right in front of Caldum.
there we go.
Excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Excuse me. Go play
Rakeem,
that out, baby.
you may have taken a vow, but I have not. There is no reason for this creature to ever leave this place alive.
my vow cannot allow me to stand by. This creature is currently helpless. Any attempts to kill it in this state is cowardice. Nothing more.
You call it cowardice. I call it smart.
Well, then we have a difference of opinion here. Fact of the matter is, try it.
You know I wish to do nothing that would do any harm to anybody in this party. So if you're going to stand in my way, I'm not going to do anything to hurt you, especially not with a weapon. Plus, you are very skilled at dodging anyway. So, I've seen the way you train. But I'm going to ask that you politely look away or even leave the building and don't worry about what's happening in here. But to let this creature leave can cause a problem for us in the future. You remember the goblin that got away in Sandpoint? You even commented on that not too long ago. I want you to remember what happened to your brother because of that goblin that got away.
I
We
did
need
not
to
mention
think about
anything.
that.
I did not mention anything about allowing this thing to leave.
Then what do you
I
intend to
will
do with it?
I will watch over it and watch it as it bleeds out on its own. And should it not, and it tries to get up and leave, I will end it again.
I feel waiting for it to bleed out when we have better things to do doesn't seem reasonable, Rakeem.
But you're saying that if it does get up, that you're going to kill it. So what is the point?
When it is able to defend itself, yes.
Tell you what, would it make you feel better if I wait till I see it getting up and then I kill it? I'll
And
stay here with you. I just want to
Mm.
ensure that this thing does not leave this room.
it won't.
He had
If you're
said,
staying, I'm staying.
I am going to look around. This place probably has some sort of small library or books around.
Icarus, we have a couple more nights, do we not?
Yes, we do.
What better things do I have to do currently?
Mhm. Well,
Caldum, were we to kill this thing as it sits right now, what is the benefit? Where is the lesson? Nothing is gained. Nothing is
I
learned.
don't need a lesson, okay? The only thing I know is that it is no longer here to threaten me, you, or any of my friends. That's
I
enough
sort
for
of
me.
I sort of look down at this bleeding out thing, and I'm like, "Do you see this? You are still threatening people."
Icarus pipes up and she goes, "One of them have almost killed me."
This one in
And what was the
particular.
lesson you learned, Icarus?
That I'm with Cowdom and it does not deserve to live.
That perhaps you shouldn't charge in to things first, right in the front, like you've done multiple times, which I have warned you not to do. Caldum, you've seen it. You know what I'm talking about.
Rakim, I understand where you're coming from. So look, I have nothing better to do either. I do not wish to argue with you, okay, or anyone else in this party. I just wish to ensure that this creature will not be a threat to me, to you, or to anyone in this party ever again. So I will stay here if I need to. And the only thing I ask, to not have any type of issue with this in the future, since we're going to be hanging out here, Icarus, you can also stay and ensure that this creature does not make it out of here. And while you're here, I would really appreciate some of your medical attention.
I wrote that a while ago, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote that a while ago.
There's a lot of
It's
dice rolling
all.
going on here.
It's at the
It was
top.
all over.
You healed, was it half of 17?
It's got a lot of constitution.
Yeah, yeah. Saying, are
Yeah.
you hooking up the constitution damage too?
That shit says negative 11. What's that? Half of, was that 7? You healed 7, Caldum.
All right, got 2 more.
And then I healed.
And it
Uh,
has after it hung in there for a while. A couple of minutes later, it breathes. It breathes. It
10.
lasts.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Caldum, you healed 7. I healed 11.
Rakim, you witness its final breath.
Mm.
Icarus walks over to it. And she looks down to it. And she goes, absolutely pathetic.
The
Caldum,
I'm satisfied.
Bro, I just need to be like,
y'all better not be fucking with these Irori disciples.
bro, I just need to be low key, I should be
I,
like,
ju-
look,
I just finished reading the Irori, like 9 pages of that in the Inner Sea guys. I was reading about their shit and I was like, damn, okay. They take their discipline seriously. Like they have to,
Hmm.
or
Got
they
no
don't,
choice.
or they have to, or they can't like attain that level of enlightenment and self perfection.
The perfect self.
Well, not that
Hmm.
they can't, it will delay them, and
Caldum, I want you to know
they
that
don't
when I
got
said
time to
try
wait.
it, I would not have harmed you.
I
I
know
sim-
that.
I simply would not have allowed you to harm it in this state.
I understand where you come from, especially in your profession or your skill set as a monk, and I respect that.
Whalem was checking the rooms. He's looking for like books or other notes.
That being said, again,
Other than what I described about the books earlier, there doesn't seem to be.
Anything extra?
any
Yeah,
being that enters into combat,
We gotta go to the mill.
a lot of
any
generic knowledge.
rational being that enters into combat should know that one of the outcomes is death. And I understand that you have no issue dealing it out, and I have no issue with you doing so. Things die in combat. It happens all the time. However, me,
Be right back.
with my vow, currently, the taking of a life when it is helpless, I will not stand by and allow it to happen. And hopefully in the future we can find some way to resolve this. But for now, this is what it is. It still died. The outcome is the same.
I consider the matter resolved.
No.
I give you like a very it's like an awkward, like it looks like it was about to be a hug, but then sort of embarrassed, and I just sort of like pat you on the shoulder kind of robotically, you know, like I'm not even sure how to
There. You'll get your kill another time.
then
Cal.
good. Then on to more important matters.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. So the two.
Icarus got a role play.
Icarus what?
Oh no, so we still gotta go to the mill. Yeah,
Oh.
you gotta be pretending to pass glow.
As for the other stuff, you got the two faceless stalkers that the monks were fighting had 150 gold pieces on them each. Okay. Add that. Icarus, and Quindamir. I know the both of them really do can do detect magic. There's an aura on. Oh, one of the things you found upstairs in one of the guest rooms where Ziva, quote unquote, had grabbed an extra had grabbed a chair to bring down. That room had a masterwork longsword hidden under the bed sheets.
Damn.
Sweet.
So
they got the-
You gotta body us.
whoever was going up there to actually help her out with the chair, yeah, he would have grabbed that shit.
She was trying to body us.
Her body, somebody that came over with her, but um, so the other two had put this on the treasure thing. So there was two masterwork longswords.
I was about to say because I know
forget the
the
sickle.
one that was pretending to be the wife had brought down a masterwork
She
longsword.
had a Aisha, she actually had a sickle.
Get a sickle. Magic
Yo,
sickle.
We need
Can we get a check on that?
we need monsters to start dropping masterwork fucking monk shit, bro. Because every single thing is masterwork longsword, masterwork leather armor, masterwork shield. Like, bro.
Well,
Hey, hold up.
A masterwork.
No, hold on. They're in Magnamar. Claim it, sell that shit, and get the monk shit in the city.
Masterwork
Longsword. I don't need that shit.
Not you. I was just no. You're in perfect. You got characters in a perfect place to sell and buy magic items.
I don't know when we're supposed to get that shit between 3 sorcerers and an alchemist. I don't know when.
We'll help you.
Yeah, saying the casters are sucking up
That already
everything.
happened.
So there's
I ain't
two.
take shit.
As
No.
it should be.
All right, listen.
As it should
There
be.
is two
I donate to the
masterwork
cause.
longswords. There is a magic longsword, a magic sickle, two studded leather armors that have magic aura on them. There are two masterwork hand crossbows.
Ooh. Can't use none of that shit.
Nigga, you are a walking. Nigga, you are a walking weapon.
No,
What are you
I'm not.
talking
I
about?
know. I'm laughing. I'm just joking.
Motherfucker, you trip people to oblivion. What are you talking about right now?
I don't.
Each
No, I
each
know.
each
I know.
each of the faceless stalkers that was fighting the monks, they each had a potion each. So I guess the question is,
Hmm.
are you gonna try and identify these with detect magic, and then whatever is not identified, you'll use your Phoenix ability?
We also have a identifying wand, so we use that too.
You use the wand. All right.
We'll start with the wand first, and then I'll use my ability.
All right. Wave the wand of identify on. We'll start with the sword, long sword. That
Oh,
should
start with the sickle.
be. All right. Caldum's like, wait. He
I
hands you
mean,
a
yeah,
sickle.
we can start with the sickle, the wand.
Plus,
I mean, it doesn't matter.
all right, whatever your spellcraft is, add another plus 10 bonus to it, and then make the check.
Okay. Okay, you said add 10 to it?
Yeah. Or we could take 10.
I could just take 10.
Who has the? Oh, it's in the fucking treasure thing, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. So it's 13 charges.
It seems like we
23.
use it a lot, so I could put it on my belt.
You said you had taken 10?
Yeah,
All right.
that'd be 29.
Oh, we forget the fucking. Oh no, I'm supposed to be looking at detect magic. I think it's DC 10 plus the caster level. Oh, see spellcraft. Okay, I was in the right spot. Spellcraft. Spellcraft says identify the properties of magic. It's 15 plus the item's caster level. Okay, so it's a +1 longsword. I guess you could do the one for the sickle.
I'm going to take 10 on all of them.
All right. So the sickle is +1 sickle. So what that will do for Caldum is we'll give him a +1 to his attack and damage, and he can bypass damage reduction magic with the sickle. We'll do the 2 leather armor. They are both +1 studded leather armor, making each of them worth 100 and I think 75, 100, 1,175 GP each. And the potions are. Take off 2 charges off of that. All right, they have all been identified, and the potions are what's the? They are each is a cure serious wound potion. It will
Nice.
heal 3d8 plus 5.
Sweet.
Cure serious wounds. All right, I saved all that. The treasure. Oh, duh! I forgot to add the 200 platinum. Give that to the monk. There you go. That's like 2 grand right there.
That's just gonna be healing over time.
Wait, hold up. uh,
Oh,
what is
damn!
this?
Came out of nowhere.
My fault. I didn't know how to fucking interject.
Like, who the fuck is? Oh shit!
I just got to my car. I get to listen to you guys fuck around while I drive home.
Long story short, they explored the place, found some hidden paperwork and treasure in the townhouse. The paperwork indicated that the Foxglove Manor is 1/3 of it was paid for by the Brotherhood of the Seven, which is a secretive gentleman's high elite gentleman's club in the city of Magnamar. Um, and the deed to the manor is was in there as well. The manor actually will belong to the Brotherhood of the Seven 100 years from when it's first constructed. So there's like another, I think there's another 20 years left on it before it goes back to them in ownership. Um, as for collateral, the Seven Sawmill was used as collateral. Um, Icarus also found uh, among the paperwork a ledger, and in the ledger, notice that the ledger, the last entries of the ledger was payment that Alder and Foxglove was making to someone codenamed B-7, which Quindamir had suggested it could mean a member of the Brotherhood of the Seven, probably the seventh member. That a payment was being made to them at the Seven Sawmill at midnight on Oath Day, every Oath Day. At midnight, there was a 200 gold piece payment. The payments were being misled as if they were payments for Aisha's trip um, to the city of Absalom. Of course, they weren't. Um, so the party agreed the Seven Sawmill, which 3 of the members recall where it's located in the city. That the Seven Sawmill is a good place to check out next. And they questioned the they found a barrel in the shed, stuffed the creature in the barrel. The creature broke free, but didn't tried to escape. Um,
Couldn't.
no, wait, it broke free and it didn't try to escape right away. It listened to the group. So intimidate checks were made. Quindamir had used insidious insight. He made a fat diplomacy check, but he was only able to make the attitude shift from being hostile to unfriendly. So it barely gave out any real information. It refused to change much of its stance. It tried to get away. It did offer, it did say that like it's not going back to Zanisha. It feels it's failed. It wants to go back to the Mush Fens, which is a swampy area to the south of the city. Um, it was suggested, well, she's gonna get you if you do that. And it seemed pretty confident that she wasn't gonna bother with him if he went there. He indicated that she enjoys Magnamar far too much to deal with going into the wilderness. Um, so it was implied it's best to just take the creature out and not let it go. It sensed that was the case and tried to escape. Failed to escape. The monks took it out. Um, there was a debate about finishing off because it was lying there helpless, and Rakim was not about to just let it be killed in cold blood. Um, and so he offered to see to its last breath. Um, and it has. It died um, from its wounds over time after a couple of minutes. And then we just finished the loot that these creatures had, and that's where we're at. The plan is one of the plans is to wait until midnight on Oath Day and have Icarus with the with her hat of disguise go up there to give the payment in as if she was out there in Foxglove, basically make a disguise check. Um, but yeah, that's the whole. That's what you missed.
Copy. Thank you.
Ta-da!
No. So on our way.
Downtown.
Why don't we do-
Mm.
some of you that
The
got
mall.
that got sucked off rather terribly. I- Icarus, you're down to
Oh,
11
that's right.
You're down to 11 Constitution.
Constitution.
Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, they got
Ooh.
Constitution damage. Yeah.
Caldum, you're down by 4 points. You're at 10 Constitution.
Damn.
Mm.
That drops your Fortitude down by 2. Your hit points down by 12.
Mm. Lord, don't ever let that happen to me.
Ability points. Well, you want that cured? Your character is gonna have to either rest it out, or you're in Magnamar. Maybe you might find on sale a potion of lesser restoration. They are 300 gold pieces a pop. So
Oh my god.
you could buy a potion, drink it up. It should heal 1d4 ability point. Um, per per
So you can
per
still
per
roll just a
drink.
one? Oh, 300.
Or
Ugh.
there's also
Let's
resting it
try
out.
that.
Or there's also resting it out. Or there's a combination. You could drink the potion, and whatever's not healed, you could just rest a day. You heal 1 point a day, 2 points with Icarus doing long-term care with the heal check.
Well, actually, how many days do we have until the Oak Day?
All
It's
right.
like we have 3 days, right?
You have this evening, the next evening, and kind of and the next day too. You could rest. Actually, if you rest a full 24 hours and just chill in bed and eat and drink and shit and piss and that's it. Resting 24 straight hours actually will double. Um, you'll heal two
So
points, 4 points
if
with
Icarus gives
long-term
me
care.
long-term care while I rest for 24 hours, that should do it then, right?
That'll do it. Yeah.
And then we don't have to waste money. We got the skill set, so
Mhm.
I'm gonna ask Icarus if she'd be willing to take care of me and get me where I need to be before we move on. While my brothers can go gallivanting around their old stomping grounds.
Sounds good.
So I believe we said it was gonna be over the course of the next 3 days that we meet up to go make the payment in 3 days.
Like
Mhm.
2.5 days. Yeah.
I wanted to make, let's see, I could do invisibility on myself, and Quindamere can as well. So we don't need it. That just leaves Calder, Nasir, and Rakim. Let's see. Nasir doesn't need it because he has really high stealth. Calder's stealth should be good too. To release Icarus and
I think my
Rakim.
stealth's the highest now since I got the cloak that he hooked me up with.
Alright. So I'm gonna make 2 potions though. I'm gonna make a 2 potions of invisibility.
Yeah, shit, my stealth is plus 17.
Yeah, mine's at 21.
Actually, I
Oh
will
shit.
make
Damn.
let me amend that. I'm gonna make
Yeah, because
one
the Stalker's Mask.
I'm gonna
That's
make one
right.
potion of
That
invisibility,
nasty ass mask.
and I'm gonna make
I thought he was selling that.
and I'm gonna make one infusion of alchemical allocation. That way we could keep the actually I'll make 2 infusions of alchemical allocation. And I already have one potion of invisibility on me. So that way they can both just drink the alchemical allocation infusion, drink the invisibility potion, spit it back into the vial, and let someone else drink it. So
Drink
basically,
my
I'll
spit.
I'll make one potion and they both get to dupe it.
Nice.
The last person I made drink my spit was Shalelu. I'm sorry, I said that out loud.
Pack watch potions.
Yeah, sure, it was a potion. Called it Jesus juice.
Mhm.
So you make an alchemical allocation infusion, and then what they
Uh,
can do is if they consume a potion on the following round, then they can spit it back into contain. Okay.
right. So I'll have one potion of invisibility, but I'll give them 2 infusions, so they get to drink that. Drink the allocation infusion, get the invisibility, and we keep the original raw invisibility potion.
Okay. All right. You just need to mark off your your extract slots the day that you
The day of that we
the
leave
day
out.
of, and
Mhm.
then yeah, that way one person can drink it and then be able to spit it back into the bottle, and then the next person can drink it and be able to spit it back into the bottle. Uh, leaving it, either to be used for a third time or held on to.
Yep, I'm just gonna hold on to it. We
And
don't
then
we don't use potions unless it's an emergency now.
so you're making 2 potions. You're making one invisibility
I'm making one
for them to
invisibility
drink.
potion.
Or you're just making one invisibility. Okay. Oh, so you're
Mhm.
making an invisibility extract for yourself, is what you're.
Yeah, I can do my
Okay.
own extract for
So
myself. Yeah,
the potions for them. Okay.
potion
Um.
and to do.
All right. So you got that covered. So you pretty much got 3 characters to make invisible covered.
And the rest have high stealth, so it should be fine. And Quintermere can cast invisibility on himself.
Okay. So what am I forgetting to? Oh, so there's a Actually, no. You hear boom, 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 like right on the front doors of the place.
Wait. What?
The
You
jig is
hear
up already.
boom, 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 like on the front doors to the building.
Damn.
And you hear outside,
Biggie.
this is the guard. Open up.
Kicking the door, waving the 4-4.
For real. Icarus with that diplomacy, man. Go ahead, go to work.
Yeah. Go ahead after the door. Everybody looks around.
Make
Everybody's
sure
looking
you
around at
Disguise
each other like,
yourself first.
not even if it sounds like a male, just make sure that you have like your shoulders showing a little bit, show a little bit of skin and shit. Like,
The motherfucker
My
be like,
nickname's Stick Nick.
he'd be like, dude would be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Hey, who's that behind you? Who's that? Who's that young half elf over there?
Wow, stop it.
Hey, maybe they recognize you.
I
Oh
don't want
yeah, you
that
hear
under these circumstances.
Tony!
Yes. I have to use the bathroom. Relax.
We need you!
We need your
What?
charisma.
Wait, what I missed? I'm
they
sorry.
want you to they want you to
There's a
open the
knock.
front
There's a
doors and
knock at the door.
speak with the
There's a bang
guards.
on the door. It's the guard.
Okay. Okay.
But I think the monks
Um,
can faintly hear the same guard go, you two, go to the other side. Make sure nobody's sneaking out back.
This guy.
I would, if we can hear that, I would say to the rest of the group, like they're surrounding
Yeah.
us. Expect more at the back
They're,
door.
they're surrounding us right now. I guess I'll go inside.
BI, open up.
hmm. Should I disguise myself? I don't know.
Fucking DMX song. Boom, boom, boom! Open the door! ATF!
All-time favorite?
So Icarus is gonna activate the hat of disguise. And
To
she's gonna
look
don
like
on Foxglove.
Fox. Okay.
and she goes to the door and she slightly opens it up. Is there a problem?
See standing before you a rather large Shawanti man.
Mm.
Bald head, one braid. Got see tattoos on his left bare arm. Probably from his damn, what do they call their clans? Quas? I think they're called Quas. Um he looks at you, Aldern, and he you can see that he's wearing the attire of the Magnamarian militia.
Oh shit!
He's got on uh he's got this great axe over his back, wearing chainmail, top to bottom. Got the tabard of the city insignia worn over the armor. Um, he's got these gauntlets on that look masterwork made. Actually, the whole armor, everything he's got is well made, as if he was an elite
We
figure
don't
of the
want no problems.
militia.
We don't want no
And
problems.
you
Basically.
see a couple other guards behind him, wielding each and wielding halberds. And I should say he looks down to you since actually, well, no, Alder, yeah, you would change to Aldern's height, 'cause he's standing a good 6'10", and
Hmm.
he looks and he's like,
This nigga 6'10"? What the fuck?
"I am captain. I am the captain of the Naos district, Tyron Windshield."
Oh, shit. So he said Kyrie? Damn.
Tyron
Tyren. The Kyrie.
Kyrie Irving.
Um, there's been quite a number of report of a massive disturbance, and in fact, loitering. Not loitering. Got the wrong word. Uh, I said loitering. Well, yeah, I guess loitering, but um,
Loitering and panhandling.
loitering and pain. um, what I meant to say was I almost said, you know what it is? I almost said littering, but what he really was trying to say, I'm trying to get my fucking criminal terms.
Jaywalking.
The arson.
Sin.
There's a burning fucking when he hit him with the flaming spear, there's a fucking burning faceless stalker body out in the street.
Fucking queen.
That's that shit's like the last gasp of smoke from its body right now.
Fucking
Um,
queen.
I forgot about that. That there was a flaming
However,
spear.
at the name of Tyron Windshields, both Waylon and Quindamere instantly recognized not just the voice, but the name.
Hmm.
As a flood of flashbacks come to your characters from your time in Magnamar. Tyron was Quindamere's bully.
Oh no.
Damn.
Oh no.
Of course he becomes a fucking cop.
hmm
He becomes a cop.
That's
How
what they
bullies
do.
become cops.
Tyron
Damn.
How
would
fitting.
bully Quindamere because of his appearance.
Like that dude was black, racist.
No, because
Oh no, he had like that half
Yeah,
feature
that
thing, right?
he has
Yeah.
the
like that
melty,
half
the
elf
melty
feature
face.
where his features are kind of misshapen. Well, I would say
Dude got like
kind.
one
I should
one
say
elf
kind of
ear and one normal
misshapen,
ear or
but
some shit.
right, some crazy,
And
one
then
Mix
human,
up
one human
the
shaped
big,
eye,
yeah,
one elven shaped almond
elf
eye,
eye.
like yeah, like
damn, that nigga
um,
ugly as hell.
damn,
I'm just good,
he
bro.
would he would make fun of him. He was bullying him for that, bullying him for being a bookworm, being puny, the typical kind of
What the fuck is this? The
and
90s?
typical kind of insecure shit that bullies like to do, and um
Give me your lunch money.
being Shawanti, it was he was low caste of the city
Damn,
and
Shawanti on top of it. Yeah,
not
you
in a very
see.
happy not having a very happy family situation. But yeah, um, Cornelius bully, and the brothers would do their best to fend them off and fend off Tyron and his little gang. They running around trying to run the streets like they were uh like the Skarsnies. Um, but they weren't.
Scarny.
They were yeah God, how does it fucking pronounce Skarsnies? Um, I need to actually look at the pronunciation. I think that's how it spells.
Karzani? Karzani?
The Z is silent.
Mm.
It's Scarny.
Kazani. Kazani. That's okay. Yes, Kazani. Um, um, and they were pretty relentless about it. And you know, Waylon was all about his chaotic ass. He was all about like getting back at these motherfuckers real good.
Fuck
Talking
yeah.
talking all sorts of stuff like maybe poisoning what they eat.
Damn.
Yeah.
you know, Quinnemere,
Yeah.
Quinnemere's good tendencies were there when he was a kid, and he just,
He won't let it rock, let
yeah,
it slide.
but he was bothered by it, and he was, still maturing and growing, and there was a point where he couldn't, neither of you could take it anymore, but he also didn't want Waylon to get in trouble, so he finally brought it up to your father, and your father shared some of his pearls of wisdom, and he had told you to,
Kick his ass.
he had told you to that he would always want you never initiate anything lethal. In self-defense, of course, but words and bruises, they'll heal over time. But the opportunity will come. There will always be an opportunity that will come.
Hmm.
But you need patience. And you can win over an enemy, not just through combat, but you have to be creative. There are other ways. So you took your father's words to heart, and then there came a time when Tyron was severely ill,
Mm.
bedridden, and a poor family, no money, and not a care from society. And so, during a table talk at dinner, it was brought up, thus now coming to the attention of your father. And while Waylon was obviously like, good for this motherfucker,
Yup.
Quindamere felt a little bad still, but wasn't giving it much thought. Tried his best not to give it much thought. But your father used this as a teachable moment. And he said, wait right there. And he goes into the storage room of the shop. And he comes back out with a chemical mixture that Waylon was aware of. It's an anti-plague, uh, a recipe that he's now mastered very quickly. And he hands it to Quindamere, and he turns to Waylon, tells him tells you to go with him. He said, "You're gonna give that to him. You're gonna wish him well." And so your characters, much to Waylon wasn't very happy at that, but respected his father's wishes. In the mirror, two of them were kind of confused, like, okay. They went into the home, realized the situation, saw there, didn't see didn't see his mother there, only saw the father there, drunk. Um, Telling the two boys rather neglectfully, like, "Ah, he's back there. Hasn't been out of the house in a while. Been annoying the hell out of me. It's much more peaceful when he's out there in the street instead of bugging me." Takes another swig. Characters, the two of you had ignored him and went to the room. Much to Tyron's surprise, he looked almost deathly ill. He saw the two of you, and he's like, first, he was very aggressive about, he was very defensive about even you being there. But he's like, "Oh, you're here to just make fun of me now? You're here to do your worst to me now that I'm like this?" But Pindamir went over and he's like, "It's for you. It'll help." So a confused Tyron took the anti-plague and drank it. He drank it in the manner where it's like, "Oh, what else has he got to lose?"
Mm.
Throws the vial aside. He's like, "If it was poison, great. Sick of being sick anyway." And then your characters leave, and he got better. And every time your character saw him in the streets again after that with his little posse,
Mm-hmm.
he made sure to stay away from the two of you. And even when your characters had no choice but to pass each other by, one of his members had tried to instigate. Oh, well, there go the deep veils. But Tyron gave you two a look, and then he looked over the rest of his crew, and he was just like, "Nah, I'm bored. They're not worth it. Let them alone." Confused his group for a little bit, but he redirected them to something else they can just enjoy getting into trouble with.
Mm.
And that was in your youth. Obviously, characters grew older, more mature. He had come forward one time to the shop and was making a purchase, and he had thanked the two of you. He said that it was a sense of kindness he's never experienced before, and it bothered him for a while, and it even made him feel guilty in a sense. So, um, over time, your characters actually got closer to him, and he chose to join the militia
Mm.
Fucking
to
calm, of course. Calm.
chose to join the militia to better himself and to bring a sense of order and law to sections of the city that definitely need it.
He could
And
bully the poor. That's what I'm hearing.
it appears over the time he's worked his way quite up there because now he's captain of the militia of the Naos district.
Oh shit.
Mm. Okay. So Waylon folds his arms on his
And I
chest.
winged the fuck out of that shit just now.
That shit was dope. That shit was dope. So Waylon folds his arms over his chest, and he steps up behind Icarus, and he goes, "Oh, I see you have come up in your ways, but I wonder how much of your ways have changed."
He looked surprised. He's like, Waylon.
There are dead bodies
And
in
like
this.
for a second, he was about ready to give up his full composure and get all chummy, and then he like he looks to his he looks to the soldiers behind him. He's like, "You two, check around down the street. Make sure there isn't any more of those whatever that is."
Oh, shit.
So the two guards they nod. And they obey him. They just leave. They don't even question him. And he turns back to Waylon, and he's like, "Waylon, it's been so long.
Really?
I heard you guys had left the city some time ago, last season. Didn't even get a chance to say bye yet. But you're back."
Has it been that long already? I keep forgetting, with my half-elven heritage, there's a difference in the way that time flows. As far as I am concerned, it was almost a blink of an eye between the last time that I saw you and now.
These motherfuckers talking between a crack in the door.
Um, so then he's like, "Where's your brother? He in there with you too?"
There are bodies in
Nah,
here.
Mia Cat is definitely in here. Somewhere. Most likely, somewhere looking out over in the back. He has recently acquired a pet bird of yours, Ochanga.
Oh, is that so? He always loved he enjoyed bird watching quite a lot. Plenty that fly around here, especially around the shores.
Yeah, enough, or rather I would say ironically, we have come back here from Sandpoint, and much like yourself, it is in a capacity of official business. And then he looks over to Icarus and he says, "Show him the letter.
Um,
Not the one written by Zanisha, but the one that we have given to us by the authority
Okay.
what's her name?
Maya
Damn, forget.
Devlin
Yeah, May
Okay.
Dev.
She hands him the letter.
takes the letter. It's like, yeah, looks like you're moving on up there, Waylon. You're friends with Mr. Foxglove here, I see. They unfurls
Well,
the
I learned that if I kept on doing things my way, I was going to end up behind bars making potions for the rest of the militia sound point. The militia of Maglimar. And my skills are better in my own hands than in the hands of an institution.
No, he's like, well, we need to go out and treat you guys to a drink sometime. Let's see. He starts reading the note. Mm-hmm. I see. Ah, the mayor of Sandpoint as well? Ah, your influence. Getting your influence there is quite impressive. He's like, okay. Well, I too have a job to do. So if you can give me an explanation that I can report, then I'll be on my way.
Well, to make a long story short, what you see here are aberrations that was impersonating Foxglove and inhabiting this place and upholding a farce of him and his family in some sort of domesticated capacity. In reality, they were only keeping up appearances for the sake of an organization that they are a part of. The same organization that have committed those atrocities that you read there in the letter from Sandpoint. We are here on behalf of Sandpoint to get to the bottom of it.
Well, you came at a good time. Although, it's interesting that they're. Would you say that they were attempting to assassinate Mr. Foxglove? Because I can tell you this, if you haven't heard of it already, but as of late, the biggest news here in the city, and well, don't know how much and what kind of influence you seem to be getting, Waylon. I'd also be careful if I were you, since I believe you're in the merchant profession, because there's been some killings here in Magnanar of late, mostly of merchants, but other figures as well.
That's so.
So far,
Target.
nothing. So far, nothing politically, but it's only a matter of time trying to find these culprits. And if your investigations is in connection with this, then by all means, you have my blessings to continue it.
Well, it is my hopes that we can sit down and cross reference each other's knowledge on the situation. See if we can impart some information on one another that could help us get ahead on our respective investigations. Case in point, there is a payment that is supposed to be made on behalf of Foxgrove that will be going down in the next 2 days over at the Sawmill of the Seven. It would be it would be completely advantageous if we could somehow get a blueprint or a layout of the building of the sandmill before we go there, just to make sure that we are not walking into some sort of a trap, such as the one that we walked into where we're standing in currently. It is very clear, dealing with shape changers, that no one is to be trusted.
As I have this guy's cell phone.
Agreed, Whelan. We discussed that over drink. Yes. I will go and finish attending to my duties and make this report. Could you, the seven sawmill, you say? We haven't heard much information coming from there of anything unscrupulous, but should you find something and have evidence of it, you can come to the authorities. Ah, these killers, the best we surmise, some form of a, we have suspicions of some form of cult. And they've been targeting merchants, bankers, nobles even, that have a lot of business holdings.
Hmm.
Just recently, a proprietor of the Lord Mayor's favorite gambling house was slain. They're becoming a little bit more. Some of these killings are becoming a little more high profile, more and more. So if you find anything related to this at the Seven Sawmill, you bring evidence of it, and we will have the law behind us to investigate even deeper.
I will be coming directly to you if you do not mind. Not to say that the Maglamara militia is inept in any way, but simply based on the adversaries that you see scattered on the floor and their abilities to change their shape and to look like anyone and to fit into tight places to escape due to their weird physiology. Uh, I think it is safe to say that the more people that we eliminate from the point of contact, the more sure we can be of those who are involved. So, if you have a particular way that we can contact you when we come across information so that we can exchange it directly with you, that would be of the best move going forward. In other words, I'm trying to make this motherfucker eye contact with some
Right,
point
right.
something.
He's like, you got it, Waylon. All right then. We'll be on our way. And he gives you like the directions to like the local, I guess the local barracks of the district where you can meet up with him or put in like a message that you're looking for him if he's not there.
All right.
So, long-term care, GP 15. All right, Icarus, if you want to make a heal check. Actually, no way. I think you could take. You have +7, right? Or you could take 10.
Yep.
Yeah, you could just take 10. Or would that take 8? Always confused. What has take 8?
Wrong character.
Yep.
Wrong
I
character.
always confuse. Always. I don't know
Wrong
why I
character.
keep thinking Icarus has to take 8. I don't know why.
What the hell is take 8?
I
Take
have my character Luna has a flaw known as called
the
nervous, where
the
instead of she
draw.
takes 10, she takes 8.
She has a drawback.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
she has a drawback.
Sounds like a card game. Take 8.
It does. Yeah, she has a drawback. Only
All right.
takes 8.
Icarus walks back, close the door. Uh, thanks the guard for his service. And she dismantles the disguise. She goes, "Whew, well, that went quite well."
Got lucky. You had better get used to being in that disguise because in 2 days you are going to be putting on the performance of a lifetime.
Um. All right.
That I'm aware of.
Waylon,
So.
do you think that you are able to trust in that man's discretion?
I believe so. I believe so. Even when we first met him, I put it to you this way. Our dealings originally did not start in in a place that I would say was good. We did not originally come together on good terms. But due to the wisdom of our forefathers and the wisdom of our elders around us, an opportunity was provided to teach me a valuable lesson, both Quindamere and I, that it is often a good idea to not judge a book by its cover. He is such a proverbial book, if you catch my meaning.
Hmm.
All right. Yeah, within those 2 days, Icarus and Calvin will be at their constitution scores will be back to normal. Waylon, you said okay, yeah, 1 day is on the potion of visibility, so I think you only got to
Mm-hmm.
spend 150 gold pieces for that. Well, actually, I should ask, what caster level do you want the potion to be at? Between
Mm,
3, 4, 5, or 6?
let's make it 3.
So the minimum. Okay. So you got that. It'll be 3 minutes of invisibility. Go up 150. All right. Add the potion to your sheet. You got that potion. Quindamir took the time to go look for some arcane scrolls in the markets of the city. He's found several spells in the city that he wished to purchase and inscribe into his book. And does anything that your characters are particularly looking for?
Mm,
There is an alchemical item that I would like to make for Quindamir. I posted in actually
Chemical
I can post
item.
it right here.
Okay. I take it with the time you're trying to spontaneously create
Mm-hmm.
that spontaneous creation. All right, yeah, post it in here.
Let me write down this potion right quick on my notes.
Here it is.
Invisibility.
Yeah, so the base, there it is. Yeah, base value 12,800. So you can find most items below that price here. A bigger a bigger bracket of stuff to find here than Sandpoint. Um, we will, of course, here Wayland makes it helps the group liquidate some of the stuff that they don't want to keep. I don't think anybody wants this. Anyone +1 studded leather? Maybe Wayland? I think actually Wayland, that would be a +1 studded leather is better than the regular studded leather you got.
Hmm.
See, it's called Dew of.
Oh, he's looking. That's right, he's looking that up. The long swords are at 320 GP. Your master long swords will sell that. I don't think anybody cares about the hand crossbow. Everybody's like, nope, I'm good on no hand
Nope.
crossbow. All right, so the hand crossbows are actually 400. Pearl ring. Anybody blinging or selling it?
is it
Yeah.
just a ring?
It's a pearl ring. That's worth 300. Yeah, it's just a ring. There was no. I think you guys got that back at Foxglove Manor.
Yep. Sell
Yeah,
that
sell
bad
it.
boy.
I tried the link for it would have brought you to the whole page of the alchemical regions, so I just copy and pasted the specific one and put it up in the
Waylon, are
yeah.
you
Okay.
equipping the +1 studded leather?
Um yeah, I'll take off my current leather and put on +1.
All right. Your armor class is now 1 point higher. Mm, No, that's 17. Okay. All right, so there's one. I don't think there's anybody else want a +1 studded leather. Doesn't I know? Obviously not the monks. Obviously not the 2 spellcasters. And I think Waylon and Callum's good with armor.
Wait a
Yeah.
second. I don't need to change it. I already have a +1 black stud leather armor for Whalen,
Ah,
so I don't need it.
weird. Why didn't I put it on his sheet? I see it. Oh, I see where I forgot to put it. I forgot to put it in the armor section, but it's there on your equipment. Yeah, you already have it. So that, yeah, that leather can be sold. Got another character's got another 1,175 gold pieces to that. Uh, 51, 59. Got the pool rising.
Nice.
+1 longsword. Yay, nay.
Nay for me.
Nay.
Sell it.
Sell it. All right, that's 1157.
Sell that shit.
Sickle me.
By the way, Lou, I'm gonna change the preserving flask that I have.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
what are you
gonna
preserving in there? Yeah.
I'm gonna preserve an alchemical allocation in it.
Okay. All right, sold, sold, sold. There you go. Updated treasure. All right. Well, there's nothing else that the characters need to get done in the city before they go to check out the seventh sawmill. Um,
And then I just posted Duo Lunari that I want to make for Quendemir.
do a Lunari. Oh, that's an alchemical item. Okay. Is it? Oh, power component.
It was under the
Oh, it's a
alchemical region.
reagent. Okay. Those are components. You actually just buy those in town. Um, wait, reagents? Hold up. Alchemical reagents, purified for use in alchemical recipes. Each alchemical reagent may be used. Okay, so they're in their natural state. Okay, using the reagent as an alchemical power component. Doses the reagent. Alchemy manual. Okay. So how many doses did you? 20? I mean, five doses? Okay. So you got, yeah, let's put down, you got 5 doses of dew of lunary.
Okay. I want to make sure that I may be thinking about something I don't have yet. Yeah, I am thinking about something I don't have yet. I was thinking about Master Alchemist. Um, it increases the dosages for things that make it more dosages than normal. But I don't have that yet, not till level 7. Okay, 5 doses of that. And then he hands it to Quindamir.
Lemire has dew of lunary 5. Alright. How long does that last? Oh, he uses it as a power component. Okay, so he uses it as part of the spell that he's casting. Okay.
Hmm. And it's for
Power
Divination
component.
School as a +1 to a purpose of effect.
Dew of lunary times 5.
And as far as the price to create it, you could take it from Quindamir's money that he has on him.
Um. All right. Well, how do your characters go about approaching the Sevens Sawmill?
Send in Icarus first.
We need to know like the layout, right? Like where it is, how it's set up and shit. Like is
How many stories are in the building? Is there an entrance point on the roof of it? Is there a back door? Is it guarded up front?
mm,
Well, how do you go about acquiring that information?
Well, we send Icarus in there with that hat of disguise as Foxgrove,
Okay.
and then we put Ochanga on Icarus's shoulder. Well, I
Mm,
would say Foxgrove's shoulder.
all
And
right.
then while Ochanga's in there tweeting, and flying around, then Ochanga could fly back while Icarus is there doing the conversing. And then Ochanga could come back and tell us what the layout looks like
we don't
in
we don't know
Elfin.
if it's normal for Foxglove to be walking around there
Hmm.
Well, yeah.
or just keeping up appearances here. You know, before he's actually supposed to go deliver it.
Okay. Well, he could at least like walk up to the joint.
Where did you guys acquire the hat of disguise? Didn't Foxglove have it?
Hmm. We had it a while. We had it before. Was it Foxglove that we got it off of? Um, maybe it was Thistletop, or
I don't remember. I don't.
I don't remember. But we definitely had it.
Oh, you guys found it in the pile of dead bodies from the Scaveling, that giant undead ghoulish direbat. That's where
Mm,
you found it. It was
Mm.
on the
Um,
Gotcha.
from
body of that notorious bandit, Shaz Bilger. Um,
Yeah.
didn't didn't uh Waylon keep the? I think you guys took something off of him to like prove that he was dead. Because you asked if there was a bounty on him. I said actually
Yeah.
there is.
yeah,
There's a 500 gold pieces reward in Magnamar.
Yeah.
right,
yep.
Yeah.
You just needed proof of his demise.
right.
Was it like a fucking tooth or something? I forget. It was something
Yeah.
weird. It was something he had.
I thought it was like an amulet or something that he had, if I remember correctly.
All right.
Wasn't it like a amulet or a
Was it
chain?
It
that
was
pearl
something.
ring?
Yeah, he did have that was his pearl ring. Yeah, it was.
Okay, so yeah, so the pearl ring. You could show him the pearl ring, get the reward, and then take the
A little
pearl
more,
ring. And
a little more gruesome, but taking the head, uh, without by and alchemically treating it so it's not rotting could work as well.
yeah, but I would have to have someone put the head in.
Yeah,
It would be a little too
but they
cumbersome to.
can't, you can't mistake that one.
Definitely can't.
You know what? Cut one of these monsters' head off. Put the hat of disguise on it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, because all you would need, yeah, I mean, all you would need is
See?
like, all you need is proof that this guy's dead somehow and money's yours. Um, yeah, I know your characters are probably thinking, how was he delivering this as a ghoul? He had to have disguised himself.
Right.
Um,
And he definitely wouldn't have gone out in broad day if he was a ghoul. So it seems kind of like a nighttime thing or a dusk thing.
actually, he did come here at night. It was he would make the drop off at midnight.
I guess.
Because
Do you think he came as a ghoul or as himself?
Definitely came as using the hat of disguise. Because if he came as a ghoul, somebody would smell him or some shit. Even if he came at night,
Not even a go.
he would.
Yeah, he was a ghast. That's right. He could got that stench.
You gotta disguise that shit
He
even
did
at
have
night,
the.
bro.
He was the one with the stalker's mask.
Because you still have
At
them
best, he would hide
religious
his face. Yeah.
that be patrolling and shit. He doesn't want to tip them off. They'd be like, "What the
Do
fuck?"
ghasts give off that stench even if they're disguised?
I think it hides
That
that
other
Yeah.
ghasts know
Yeah.
that they are gassed and not. Okay, so what are we gonna do when we run into them and they're like, "You don't smell right"?
Hmm.
You need some of that
I'm sorry, I'm gonna
stank.
go back to being AFK.
Well, it was a drop off, not like a handoff, right? Is my understanding of it.
Yeah, it was
Somebody
a
else,
drop off.
you drop it off, somebody else comes and picks it up,
We have to Walking Dead it.
Yeah. It could be
or
just a drop.
we don't
It
even
could.
really know.
Yeah. You don't know how he had. You know what time and place, but not how.
Is a good opportunity to do exactly what Mike just said
Walking Dead.
and get some of that stank before you go fucking
So.
how to disguise it.
So the stalker's mask
Because you need a
was able.
compelling
The stalker's mask
disguise.
let him take on the features of the appearance of any creature of around his size that he's observing and adopt that appearance for an hour. So for at least an hour, he was able to walk around. The guy's, uh, as a living creature, but
We don't. We
still
just don't
carrying
Yeah,
around
know.
but
that
he's
fucking,
still
still
stank.
with the stench, right? Um,
Boy, still stank. Probably can't get picked up by like a regular person. But say Wolverine was on the damn payroll that day, he would have been like, "Nigga, fuck."
but if he traveled at night, that less people to deal with, and there's less people out in the street, and easier to maneuver around and get to the place. But
Yeah, we don't. So we just don't know anything about the method of this. If it was a drop off, it was a handoff. Like we know the building, we don't know like where. If there was like
right,
a
you
particular
don't know.
spot he
Yeah,
had to drop it, like we
you
don't know
don't know
shit.
where. You
We
don't
don't
know
know shit, bro.
who.
Like y'all had a quote unquote good plan, but this is how DM always yokes the PCs because we forget about details like this. But listen, let's have fun, all right? We only got like 20 minutes left.
Well, since we don't know anything, Waylon Waylon says, if the situation is that we are acting out of ignorance, then why not lean into it?
Mm-hmm.
If you do not know, why not go there in disguise as Foxgrove? But better yet, how about going as Foxgrove under the influence? Be drunk.
We don't mean literally, right?
Well, if you need some sort of actual libation in order to help you sell the pot, I'll be happy to concoct something for you.
She kind of nods. She nods and she goes, "Yeah, I'm not the most cohesive while intoxicated. We run the risk of ruining everything if I'm even remotely drunk."
Hmm. Well, then, I guess.
You mean you come apart when you are drunk?
One could put it that way, yes.
I think that's what Foxglove was hoping for originally.
As as one would say it, I am a lightweight.
Well, I am tempted to do a divination or two to find out if this uh, I'm gonna ask the question of basically if we go in to do this whole thing, if we will encounter, and actually I don't think I have one that can tell me that. But it can tell me it'll be woe or will or well. So I might be doing
Augury.
that. Yeah.
As long as
That way I can
you
prepare
cast
for
it, yeah,
combat if it's
just gotta
bad.
just gotta cast it within 30 minutes of going in.
Yeah, so we're like, so yeah, that's what I would do. I would do that, and then if it's bad news, then I'll start preparing spells. And if it's not doesn't give us any answer, then I'm gonna just walk up in there, just with all my shit open as
Icarus
per
is
usual.
Icarus shifts her attention. She looks at Waylon and she goes, creating something that could give the illusion of intoxication could definitely be a backup. She kind of like, and she pauses. I believe that I can mimic the 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 effects of being intoxicated, and if it does not work, then I'd use your potion and further give the idea that I am intoxicated.
Hmm. That may very well work. Just remember, fit the potion back into the vial after you are done. You do not actually have to consume it in order to have the magic release into your body, but you
Mhm.
must first make sure that you drink the alchemical allocation infusion first. Then you drink the potion of invisibility. Otherwise, you will drink the raw potion and we will be stuck making another one and wasting money.
I will make a mental note of that.
Alright? And also, perhaps I have another idea. Because it is a bit far fetched for an undead ghast to walk into an establishment drunk. However, what if you had Ochanga play the part of an annoying bird that you are trying to grasp and get a hold of? What if you make Ochanga create a sort of distraction, a fiasco if you will, so that way your actions will not be noticed and instead the focus will be on trying to capture this errant bird that is flying around inside of the sawmill. It serves a double purpose. Not only will Ochanga be able to provide a distraction from the fact that you may be acting differently than the actual Foxgrove would be acting, but it will also give Ochanga the opportunity to see the layout that we are so desperately in need of being informed of. And then she can make her escape, return, and tell us the details in full Elven, during which that time your cover has not been known. And even if it does, you'll still have the potion of invisibility as a means of escape, and our ambush would still be able to go off without a hitch.
Sounds like a plan
All
to me.
right, let's try it. But first, the augury, and I ain't gonna have him do the augury. Once we're almost ready to set out. I have to run to the bathroom real quick.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are we all in agreement that this is the
Icarus,
way we should move forward?
Icarus about to put that bluff skill to work, son.
I got a +11. Let's go.
As
For lack of a better suggestion, I agree.
Yeah.
So your characters make their way to the location of the Seven Sawmill, walking through several after a couple of days' time and gathering your things and making your preparations. You hang out in the local tavern until nightfall appears and it starts to get closer to midnight of Oath Day. Make your way
okay.
through a few of the districts before settling onto this bridge that goes across to Piver's Islet, a small little island in between, a small little island on the Yandabakari River that you can see here on the map. That's part of the Ordelia district.
Kyber uppercut.
Piver.
Ky-
Um,
Kyber.
Although named for one of Magnemar's most beloved historical figures, Ordelia Wilren, the district faces a specific, and for a city of Magnemar's supposedly open-minded nature, rather ironic, challenge. For it is here that many of those of quote-unquote foreign blood dwell. The place is separated from the main city by the deep waters of the Yandabakari River. This place simultaneously extols the virtues of diversity that Magnamar was founded on, but it also suffers from and supplies those who distrust Outlanders with constant reminders of why a safe city has walls. Been referred disparagingly by many Magnamarians as the mush, the play on words that references not only Ordelia's proximity to the mush fens, but also its highly diverse population. It is a district in so many ways its own city, distinct from the rest, yet bound to it by dependence on the government support, as surely as it is by the sturdy stone bridges that connect the district to the east. It has been a hotbed of detention and governmental criticism. It is a district that perhaps best embodies the spirit of freedom and leaderless rule in Magnamar that it was founded upon. Many in the
Hmm.
district consider Ordelia a town apart from Magnamar, taking pride in organizing their own small community militia and council apart from the cities. Humanity remains the dominant race here, but only just, with an increasing number of half-elves, half-orcs, dwarves, elves, gnomes, and halflings taking up residence in the district. And those humans who do live here are of ethnicity from across the Inner Sea region, with embassies established in the district's nicer neighborhood.
Hmm.
Cordelia offers significant discounts on homes and lodging to those not of Kelish or Taldan descent, as a draw to foreign traders. Certainly helps to maintain the cosmopolitan themes of the district. Between Ordelia itself and the rest of the city is this small island that the characters have reached, and it has been given almost completely to lumber mills, granaries, tanneries, and other smelly or noisy workshops, best situated away from homes and quieter businesses. The island, Ivor's Islet, it is known by the Ordelians with a nickname known as Little Beacon
Hmm.
because of its smaller size, but similar purpose to the district of Beacon's End. Its statues, its status amid the districts has long been a matter of contentious local debate. The islet's industries bring in a large amount of income, and while it's traditionally been regarded as a part of Odelia, the movers and shakers of Beacon's Point have lobbied for decades to have this little island district be revised so it falls under their control. And they argue that the only reason this islet's remained a part of Ordelia district for so long is a stubborn adherence to tradition. That the isle has been connected to Ardelia by bridge for 10 years, longer than it has to the east, is not reason enough to keep it apart from the district it should belong to, as lobbyists have maintained. However, the islet still remains a ward of Ardelia, with the government wisely noting that preventing all of Magnemar's major industries from falling into a single district monopoly keeps the city as a whole healthier. The lumber mills of this islet are the only major industry not affiliated with a guild. Each of the lumber mills is individually owned and funded, free to pocket all of its profits, but forced to assume all the risks of the business ventures as well. And as a result, ownership of the lumber mill switches relatively frequently. And the government set this unusual mandate after one of the city's more prestigious founders, a wizard named Savastan Kyver, had pressured the government to leave the mills as a long-term experiment of the sort. In the decades since Savastan's death, his family line's fortunes may have dwindled, but his legacy of the island persists, and the lumber mills remain guildless to this day. And Seven Sawmill is a part of the half dozen or so major lumber mills active on Kyver's Island. It's the only one that has never shifted ownership throughout the course of its history. They produce lumber regularly, if perhaps at a somewhat more leisurely pace than most of the other mills. And also for the same reason that it's never changed ownership. With your characters now realizing that, learning that the owners are members of the Brothers of the Seven,
Mm-hmm.
of a very exclusive society of 7 relatively minor aristocrats that clearly use the mill for other things. As for what exactly could be found here, something your characters are about to discover. And so, as you get closer, as you get close enough to the mill, you can see that the walls of this place, well, you can see that from the outside, it looks like a standard lumber mill. Uh, Looks pretty innocuous from the outside. The walls are made of wood. Its doors look like standard wooden affairs. Um, the mill itself appears to be powered by 4 water wheels, and you can hear the grinding and the creaking of these water wheels. Of these water wheels. Um, the characters can note that there are indeed night shift workers that are here at the mill. Part of the reason being that your characters are um, aware that the machinery here needs to be kept in constant maintenance. And
It's a
so,
Ray.
this is where Quindamir, as your characters are ready to make their way towards the mill, this is where Quindamir begins to cast. As he divines fate, see what's in store for the characters. So, he would so kindly mark off a 2nd level slot. I will now roll against, well, I would need to know the specific question of his augury.
Augury.
Will entering this 7. I want to know if we're going to be fighting. Are we going into combat? So, good question. Forming that as a question would be, uh, will our investigation into the mill lead us into battle? Immediately. No, not immediately. But like, are there enemies in our future? In our immediate future. 30 minutes into the future. 30 minutes into the future. God damn it. Let me look at the actual spell.
A particular action, will it bring good or bad result? The action being we're going to investigate the sawmill. Will that bring bad or good results?
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, thank you. I'm pretty sure I'm putting it the wrong way.
I will.
Maybe asking, if we're sending Icarus in first, right? Sort of.
Will, oh, there
So
you go. Yeah.
will that be bad?
Yeah, that's the what it is. Mm-hmm. Abracadabra.
Abracadabra.
If you investigate using Icarus's plan, which is to disguise as Foxglove to drop off, I guess your character's a sparing 200 gold pieces. Is it so disguised? She's just dropping off the or seeing. It's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm. We on to something, baby.
Right, she's gonna be confronting somebody there and finding out. It's like Rakeem had brought up. Don't exactly know how or who he drops this money off to. So
Just
Icarus
drop it
is
on the floor, just throw it and run.
I feel like you're making a
so Icarus is
I
Relax.
gonna
low key think I
Icarus
low key think okay. Go ahead.
Icarus, I guess, is gonna be making attempts to drop it off in a manner where she can figure out how, but also not lead on to the fact that she doesn't know how. This will be interesting.
Mhm.
Something tells me that
What's Icarus's plan?
we're
I
making
mean,
it
well,
we're making the question hella more complicated than we want it to be.
this ain't gonna end well. About to
Let
get
me help you
fired.
out, Lewis.
Oh
Let
no,
me help you out,
what?
Lewis,
No, no,
because
no, 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 no. I've got your augury question. I need to know Icarus's exact plan because that's exactly what the investigation is going to be hinging on. Or the infiltration because motherfuckers got invisibility set up. So
Mhm.
I don't feel like I don't feel like that's important, Lewis, because I feel like augury literally is just telling me whether or not
it is important. It's very
good
important
results or bad results.
because if Icarus is just dropping shit off and getting a little bit of information and leaving, and nobody's going into the place within 30 minutes, I have to answer Wheeler Woe based on that.
That
But
makes sense.
if there's a deeper thing that's going to be, I need to know the exact plan for the next half hour, and then I can wheel woe or nothing this answer.
All right, ladies and gents and guys, the exact plan.
In my head, I thought we were just worried if she was gonna get jumped or not. But okay,
She might not.
like you don't smell like a gas.
Well, we don't know. That's the thing. Is what I was saying is we don't even know if this gas was like dropping it off to somebody, if it even talked to anybody. We don't know if it was just like drop it under this fucking rock and run, and somebody else picks it up. Like we have no fucking idea how this whole exchange is done. We just know that it happens at midnight here somewhere. So it's like it's tough to say.
is what your characters can see. Um, down the path as you see an outer walkway around the outside of the building. The building, which is built over the mouth of the Yandabakari River. It's a wooden building that sits on massive wooden pilings that are driven into the riverbed below. And there's a wooden boardwalk that wraps around the northern rim of the building. And there's a flight of stairs that leads down to a door on the east side, just above the water level. And then there's the churning of 4 large water wheels that's under the mill, filling the air with sound and myth. You can tell that there are workers here, filling in for the night shift. It looks like they had as you were going towards the mill, there was an empty wagon, like going past your characters. So and as you get closer to the place, you're able to see that it had dropped off some
Before Icarus,
it had dropped off some lumber.
before Icarus actually goes in there, I'm gonna say to her,
Not dropped off. It was bringing back lumber. There was a wagon that passed your characters with some lumber in it. So.
watch yourself in there. And if things seem to be going to shit, yell something out. We'll come running.
I will be walking slowly from behind.
Icarus looks at Rakeem, and then she looks at Quindamir, and she goes, "Scream. I can do that." She also looks at the potion that Waylon gave. She goes in, and if that doesn't work, I have spells and this lovely potion that Waylon gave me to make myself invisible so they can't see me until you guys come in. And then that's when the fun real starts. We were gonna get our answers tonight.
So what's Icarus's plan?
I don't fucking know.
I love it.
I mean, your characters had a couple of days to deliberate on this, so take all the time you need.
Right.
You want to think about it and do it. Start off on that next session.
No, I want to do this now.
Boy, you wildin'. It's 109. I gotta go.
Okay.
Don't rush your damn answer and then say
Right.
something that's like a half-baked plan and then it's shit and then you're like, well, I wish I had more time.
You're right. You're right. Everybody has an opinion on this matter. So we'll see where it takes us.
Plus, this is gonna be some good role play. It's a good opportunity for RP.
Always, baby.
Yeah, because this is I don't really think we've had a situation like this before.
Well, then you got a whole week to think about it.
All right. Damn.
Next time on D&D.
I love how y'all saying I got a whole week to think about it, like y'all niggas ain't part of the group.
This is your plan. Lewis is at 5 times.
Group
This is
plan,
Icarus'
my guy.
Icarus,
This is a group plan.
Icarus
No,
is
you
suggesting the
suggested
plan
something
and is
and we said,
accepting
I-
others' suggestions on the plan.
I will think on some shit as well, but
This nigga said, "This is your plan." Like you not part of it.
Nope. This is 100%
Nope.
Icarus' brainchild.
Right,
Nobody
right.
else.
Thank you, Rocking. Thank you, guys. Don't
No one
suggest something if you wasn't trying to follow through this, huh? You
So-
said, yeah, we should dispatch ourselves. No, you know what? I'll take the dispatch. All right, bet. We're supporting you. Lead on.
No, but Lou's right. We were probably all plotting and scheming for a couple days, so
Yeah.
I'll try to think of something.
Probably went to a tavern, drank, came up with some shit like, what if you did this? What if you did that? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'll do that too. Think that went on for like 3 days. We should come up with something.
You know, maybe
All right.
Maybe Quindamir busting out a bunch of cards and shit.
Maybe.
Ooh,
Ooh,
you want a
wait a
hammering
minute.
as well?
You got
Half
2 days.
a
You got 2 days. I don't even know what the fuck them cards do, but hey.
Me either. They tell the future, and the future is never written. It can always change.
All right, gents. I will see you guys next
Cat
episode.
got your tug, son. Yo, good night, man. I really thought Actor Chris was gonna come up with something, son, so I can at least laugh at it. Fuck.
You ain't shit.
Damn. All right, Watson.
You ain't shit.
Damn, son.
So,
We really going to bed. All right, good night,
all
fellas.
right, yeah. I didn't get a chance. Yeah, I wanted to hear it so I could be like, that's gonna be whoa or wheel or
Nah, look, you wait. Nigga, this is where you ready for this shit to fail? Like, nah.
now the good chance that his augury is correct. Good chance, but there's always that other chance. Good 25%, I should say,
Right now, yeah.
or 23% that
Actually, it should be.
that it's
It's not higher.
incorrect that I'm saying. Yeah,
It's not higher due
you
to
have you have a I know you have a +1 caster level, so it's you cast it at 7th instead of 6.
Wait a minute.
So
Look
it's
at Messenger of Fate
it's a
before I retrain that shit.
yeah, that's what I was looking at. Messenger of Fate.
Oh,
Yeah.
that 90% doesn't apply to it.
It's saying instead of stopping at 90%, it can continue past 90% all the way up to 100.
Um, I would still need to find a way to get that many caster levels though.
Right.
I think the
That sounds crazy. Thank you. I'm gonna get
Watson's
somebody to
drunk idea is pretty funny.
But yeah, Messenger of Fate, you cast it
I
up to
got
so
an
you cast it
idea.
as if you were
God
7th.
damn it, I got an idea.
You
And
would
so that
you walk in there, you're like,
the chance
hey,
is 77%, but
the Howard.
I may have rolled a fucking 84 for all you know, so take my shit with a grain of salt.
I got an idea.
That's
Um,
crazy. He said, "I'm take my shit with a grain of salt." All right, put it in the WhatsApp chat when you come to
Right, discuss it over WhatsApp, and when
yeah.
it's agreed upon, as Icarus right before Icarus is ready to go in, like uh Quindamir is gonna cast it, and he's gonna give the result of what the fate may say, and whatever it says is whatever it says. Can't really change it. Because if you cast Augury on the same fucking thing, you're just gonna get the same result. So it's not like, oh well, if it's gonna be woe, let's change the plan. Nope. No, because no matter what fucking Quindamir does, if the plan's going in and it says whoa, it's gonna keep coming up as whoa, no matter how many times you change the plan.
Really? Hold up. Oh, no. All agrees cast by the same person about the same topic. Oh, it's a topic.
Yep. So topic being Icarus is going in
Sneaking in and being
and doing
disguised and
this.
shit.
Now, if you change the
Makes sense,
plan and
actually.
was, yeah, I mean, change the
If
plan
it's
was
a
something
significant change, yeah,
completely different,
it'll
like
give me something different. Yeah.
what if we all went in invisible and just staked out, or what if what if some of us went in
Naked.
invisible and just for as long as we could, and then left, maybe gathering some info and then leave. Like that could be like a different augury, since it's a different.
Okay.
Well, wait, it says topic, right? Ooh, the topic is
Yeah, the
going in.
same.
Yeah, topic is
The
going
topic
in.
changes.
Topic's going in. Yeah.
I think if Quindamir comes up with woe, we just
Topic
go
is
in there
going in.
like fucking gangbusters and just
kill everybody who's just
we
kill
just,
everybody who's
we just
just working.
Well,
we just
listen,
kick the door open and start beating the shit out of everybody.
listen. Rakim can suggest
Wheel or
that.
woe.
Rakim could suggest that, but Quindamir will also have to let on to everybody that his auguries are not 100%. It's it's for the most part, he can his intelligence he can relay a good sense of how much is going to be how much how often it is correct as opposed to when it's not. So based on
Yeah,
that information, the group can then be like, all right, well, if it's woe anyway, how about how are we? Let's just bust in here. But then you can come up with a plan of how you're gonna just bust in there,
right.
because you could do that.
Hey,
So
Lewis, I
I
have a
guess that's
question.
better than just trying to sit back and just augury all day until you get something good. That makes sense. Otherwise, that's what you would do.
yeah, well, the topic is going into the place, and since it's the same topic, no matter how many times you
Yeah.
decide to go to do it, yeah, it's gonna come up the same.
Lewis, I have a question.
Yeah.
Could I have during the 3 day down period, since I'm going to be healing up and Icarus is going to be healing up, is there any way I could have time if I provided the money, if I can sell some shit to get it, to Wayland to make my magic sickle also a masterworks, or can you not stack that?
The magic
Magic and masterwork.
magic weapons are already masterwork. Like they have to be
Oh,
masterwork before they can get enchanted to +1. So
okay. So
yeah, it is a
is it
magic
actually
weapon.
+2 then? Because
No, it won't stack.
my masterwork sickle was, yeah, that already
Yeah,
had the +1 on it.
masterworks are a +1 enhancement bonus to attack, and then when they get enchanted as a +1 weapon, it'll be a +1 enhancement bonus to attack and damage, and
Okay, okay.
it can bypass magic damage reduction if a creature has it, but
So it'll do
it
1d8 plus
won't stack with the
1.
+1 from masterwork. It'll just be a +1 to attack and damage.
All right, so it's 1d8 plus 1, and then my masterwork is just 1d8,
Well,
just 1d8. Well,
yes,
like when I
1d8,
deal damage.
just 1d8, yeah. Or wait, I thought
Okay,
Caldum had like
because it
he had
says
like
1d8 plus 1. Well, and then
oh,
I also
Caldum
have,
had
well,
+1 from his strength. So it's yeah, the sickle will be 1d8 +2, +1 from the strength and +1 from the magic. And the masterwork one is just +1 from his it's just +1 to the up to the attack, not to damage though.
right, but I get +1 because of my strength
Well, yeah, you get yeah, one
on the
sickle,
damage. But then with weapon focus, I get +1 on both of them as well, too, right? Because my
yeah,
weapon focus
yeah,
stack with the magic +1. So
yeah, yeah, it does.
my main hand will do +3.
Basically, so the attack bonuses for both of them will stay the same. The magic one will deal an extra point of damage though.
Okay, so it'll be 1d8 plus 3 on one, 1d8 plus 2 on the other, because of my weapon focus.
1d8 plus, you mean, no, 1d8 +1. Weapon focus adds to the attack, not to the damage.
Oh, not to that. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, once I study target, that'll make it nasty too.
Oh, well, yeah. Study target
Oh,
another two to attack and damage. Yeah, on everything. Yeah.
woo! What is this
Yep.
here? Like fucking.
Yeah, man, you gotta stack your shit.
Bro, I am stacking like a motherfucker. I can't wait till level 7 either. Let's go.
Let's
Well, heck, I
go.
mean, yeah, heck, if something bad does, happen, shoot, and they or plans to happen, if it comes up as well, and your characters are expecting a fight, well, then, as Rakeem said, do an ambush. Um, Caldum can, yeah, you can study. You don't have to be in combat to study target. If you're sneaking up on a place, you can study your targets before a fucking fight breaks out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would save, you actions during actual combat.
I'm gonna hook you guys up next
Oh
fucking
no, see, I
encounter.
knew I had something that gave me a bonus in surprise rounds. My ambush training.
Yeah, it does.
I get +1 on initiative and +1 on my trait bonus.
Yep. Yeah, your character's gotta
I knew I had something for surprise
You guys
rounds.
later.
Gotta
always,
read your
yeah,
sheet.
always
Yo,
look
good night, homie.
Later.
always look at your traits and stuff. Actually, you know what? I should. All right. Have a good night. I actually see. I have the character flaws here, so that I can keep track of the. We can
Quickly,
all
no.
keep track of the flaws quickly. Yeah. I'm gonna put up everybody's traits and drawbacks as a separate handout, so that'd be easy to like look up real fast.
I got all my all the. Do I have everything, even the traits? I think I have it, but I don't have what they actually do. Yeah, it's probably good to do one that has the what it actually does, because that's what you have for the flaws.
So Luta,
All right.
I'm trying to remember what you told me about the swift action versus a move action.
Yo, good
Because
night,
that's
fellas.
the
I'm
thing I'm
keeping my
trying to
eyes
All
on the
right.
avoid.
WhatsApp.
Hey, good
Oh,
night, man.
all right. Have a good night. So
Like I at 7th level, I can do study target as a swift action.
yes, and if you wanted to study another target, you can use a move action for that because you can still use move actions to study target. Um,
But if I use it as a swift action, I can still do a move action, right?
yeah, you basically
And then
can
a standard.
toy around with your actions.
Right. So can I use a swift action to study the target and then full attack with both weapons?
That can be done. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's
yeah.
what I was okay.
You can
So I
swift
was
action
reading into that
study.
correctly.
Yeah,
That's what I'm excited
you can
about.
swift action study, which leaves you with a standard and a move action remaining, and then obviously a full attack requires a 4 round action, which sucks up both your standard and move. So yeah, you can full attack. You can
Yeah.
swift action, then you can full attack.
We
Um, yeah, you can really toy with your actions once you get the swift action one. You could, if you needed to study 3 targets, you could swift action that guy, move action on that guy, and then use your standard action on on the third target. But
Yeah, no, that's dope.
yeah, you've got options pretty much. Um,
Level 7's gonna be beastly. And then let me see. I can't wait. Oh man, when I get my next Slayer talent and I can get freaking Reaper Slayer, oh my god. I'm gonna be a fucking monster with my sickles. Oh shit. That shit's gonna be so disgusting.
wait, what's your next talent?
Reaping Slayer.
Oh, there's one more after that. I didn't know
I
there
thought
was.
it was Reaping Slayer. So I
I
have
didn't
Reaping
even know.
Stalker right now, and then there was
Reaping
Reaping
Stalker and then
Slayer.
Reaping Slayer. What does that do?
I thought it was Reaping. No, actually, no. It's the one I got right now. Are you sure it's Reaping Stalker and not Reaping Slayer? Maybe that's the one I have right now. Yeah, that's the okay. That's the one that makes me 1d8.
Reaping Stalker. Did I play
Yeah, I thought it was Reaping Slayer, not Reaping Stalker.
Reaping Stalker. Oh, yeah, no, it's called Reaping Stalker.
Oh, okay,
Uh,
okay, okay.
yeah, you
Good.
treat any sickle or scythe as though it were one size bigger. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, nice.
What's your other? What's your 7th level one?
No, the 7th level one was the study target as a swift action.
Oh yeah, that's right. You don't get another talent till level 8. That's right.
Right. Yep. I got to figure out what I want to get at level 8 now. Yeah, I think I was going to do improved 2-weapon fighting. That might be a good move. Oh no no. I think underhanded trick was another good one. I was looking at that rogue ability
Underhanded
to
trick.
to
Oh, it's a rogue.
try to feign. Yeah, to try to feign with my main attack and then get my offhand um to hit with sneak attack damage. Like if I'm in a situation where I'm trying to like
Underhanded. Oh,
you know
oh, it gives you
underhanded trick.
it gives you
It's called.
improved dirty trick as a bonus feat.
Yep.
That's what it does. That's yeah, okay, yeah. Dirty trick. Yeah, dirty trick's not a bad thing to do.
Stick some sand in their eye or something. I don't know.
Right,
I gotta
you
look at a
right.
couple more things.
It lets you be it's a combat maneuver, but it's a very creative one, I should say. It lets
It's
you
definitely created for a rogue and a slayer. That's for
right. It
sure.
lets you attempt to hinder a foe in melee. As a standard action, this maneuver covers any sort of situational attack that imposes a penalty for a short period of time. So yeah, examples include kicking sand into the face to blind them, or pulling down their pants to halve their speed, or hitting a foe in a sensitive spot to sicken them. The GM is the arbiter of what can be accomplished with this maneuver, but it cannot be used to impose a permanent penalty. And the results can be undone if the target spends a move action. If you do not have improved dirty trick, it provokes an attack opportunity. But if successful, the target will take a penalty. Um, you basically can choose for them to be blinded, dazzled, deafened, entangled, shaken, or sickened for a round.
Yep.
For every 5 points you beat their CMD, it'll actually last an additional round. Um, yeah, it's a very creative thing because as long you can impose any of those conditions as long as you can make it make sense.
Yeah.
Um,
For,
and
for
you're
me,
good and you're
I
good
just
to
want to
go.
have like, different tricks up my sleeve besides just being a damage guy.
Right.
You
No,
know,
that's
because
pretty
if
good.
I'm in
Yeah.
the shit
No,
with
that's for
somebody
that.
and
That's shoot. I mean,
Mhm.
you get the shit high enough, and you could just be like, you do something crazy like, yeah, I'm gonna grab this sand, throw it, I'm gonna kick the sand in their eye, and then you roll, and they're blinded for 2 rounds. Shit, that helps you out because once they're blind, guess what? They don't got a dex to their AC. Think attack. Uh, um,
Yep.
you can get them entangled to slow them down. Entangle's good if you want to slow them down, and entangle drops their AC too by like 2 points.
Oh yeah, I can get that through my ranger abilities.
Shaken, they get -2 to attack, and shit, you
Oh,
could
I
do
like
two. You
entangle too, man. I could really fuck with somebody with
But
entangle.
yeah, yeah,
Are
you
you
can, yeah.
trying to run, homie? I don't think so.
All you gotta do is succeed on the combat maneuver attack, and then you can just tell me what condition you're imposing and how it's being done.
Word. All right, homie.
Yeah,
Well, I gotta
it's
run.
a cool thing. Well, if you're doing that, if you do take that, then you can build off of that and get greater dirty trick later on. Because with greater dirty trick, it'll actually last 1d4 rounds, plus an additional one for every 5 that you beat it by. And I
Oh,
think with
that's
I think with greater dirty trick, there's more conditions you can impose. I think.
yeah. Next
Um,
level, I get to no level 8. I get to bump up. Yeah, I'm gonna bump up my
is
dex
there? Oh no,
one
it's
more
not
point
greater
for the rest
dirty
of
trick.
the.
I know there's another feat that's built off of greater. That's built off of dirty trick that like there's more conditions you can do. It like adds to the
Yeah.
list. Forgot what it was called though. I can't fucking find it. But I've seen it. If I find it, I'll show it to you. But
All right, homie.
yeah,
Hey,
that
real quick, I updated my character sheet with the +1 magic sickle. Is there under the special features? I still get the trip thing, right? But
yeah,
then what else do I
everything
put in here that I can deal normal damage to magic damage reduction or something or
you can bypass you can bypass magic damage reduction.
okay.
One sickle.
I'm gonna add that on here.
All this stays the same, but this damage goes up and can
Yeah, the
bypass
stats
damage
that I have
reduction.
for it is
Oh, and that's right. And its hardness and hit points goes up too. Yeah. Its hardness will be 7 and its hit points would be 12, which is good to know if in case your weapons get thundered, because there's a combat maneuver called Sunder where the enemy can actually like
yeah,
break your equipment. Um, so for the +1 sickle, the hardness will be 7 instead of 5, and the hit points will be
got it,
12
got it.
instead of 2.
And then my melee attack bonus on this one is 12, right? And then
It should stay the same. It should still be 11
oh,
and
that's
6.
right.
Yeah.
And then my offhand will be 6.
It's just the damage that's gonna be at a plus. It'll be 1d8 plus 2 instead of 1d8 plus 1.
Right. And then my offhand will be +6 to
Your
attack bonus.
offhand
My masterwork sickle offhand, it'll be +6, right?
attacking with both.
Because when
It should be
yeah,
the
yeah, if I'm
same.
attacking with
It should
both.
still be +9 4 and then +9. Yeah, if you're attacking with both, that should stay the same.
You said +9. So on mine, it was showing +11, +6 when I had the 2 masterwork sickles.
Look right below it where it says 2 weapon attack.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be 9 +9 +4, and then your offhand's at +9. But all those will stay the same since the attack bonus is the same.
Okay.
So
So wait, then
all
why is
yeah,
my
all the
melee
attack
attack
bonus
bonus
would be the
plus
same.
11?
For what? For the
That's only if I'm doing a one-handed
Oh
attack.
yeah,
It's plus
that's if
11.
it's yeah, that's if you're not attacking with both and you're just attacking with the one and
Got it. Got
and
it.
you do
Okay.
a full attack. Because don't forget, if you do a full attack and you decide to add, when you do a full attack, you got two attacks. But if you decide
Yeah.
to attack with the offhand, then all those attacks, then you get an extra attack. You get that third attack, but all your attacks will have the -2 penalty. So that's why I have it separate. I have a separate attack bonus for when you're attacking with both, because when you attack with
So wait,
when you attack
so
with
it's
both,
+9 for the
so it'll be +9
uh,
and +4 with the primary.
and then an additional +9 on the third on
And
the
then when you go to
well, quote
make,
unquote,
yeah,
second
then when
attack.
you go to make the offhand attack, that'll be +9.
Well, no, the offhand attack will be +4, and then my main hand when I'm attacking that second
No,
time is
the
+9.
primary gets the 9 and the 4. That's the primary.
Oh, so it'll be +9, +9, and
Yeah,
then +4.
that's always the primary. So it'll be +9 and +4. Your offhand attack, the other weapon, the second weapon, will be at +9.
Oh, so okay, because I'm confused here because I thought the way I'm attacking is first with my main hand, then my offhand,
Well,
and then my main hand.
because originally when you only had one attack, you get
I didn't
when
know I could swing 3 times.
yeah, you've been doing that ever since you hit level 6.
No, I've only been swinging twice.
I've been really, I've been having you make 3 attacks. I've been saying like, yo, you got 3 attacks, like if you're full
No, I
attack.
think that was on in the last battle. I was
The
going
whole
to do
time you
that,
were
but I was
level 6, you
laughing
were
the whole time.
supposed to be getting 3 attacks. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I thought I've only been getting 2, so it's gonna be
No.
+9 and
Yeah, you've been
+4 and then
getting 3.
+9.
Because originally you had one
So,
attack, and
so
then
I'm
you would,
attacking twice.
and then when you full attacked, you could do your offhand. So that was 2 attacks if you were able to do a full attack, and then you would be able to get your offhand. When you hit levels, when your base attack bonus went to +6, which was right at level
Oh,
6,
I get two main weapon, main hand attack.
you get 2 attacks on a full attack with the primary. And then you get
Got
your
it, got it, got it.
and then with 2 weapon fighting, you can choose because you can full attack and not choose to attack with the offhand. You can just choose to only attack with the primary. Um, if you just want to try and get a couple of hits in without the -2 penalty to your attacks. But if you want to get as
Oh, then that'll be +11 twice?
it'll be +11 +6.
Okay, got it, got it.
Yeah. Um, it's when you make the offhand attack where all the penalties, will drop it by 2, but you'll get that third attack because you're adding the offhand in there. When you get to level 11, your base attack will be +11, and when you look on the chart, that's when you'll get a third attack with your primary. You'll have +11, +6, +1 base.
Got it, got it.
That's not including the weapon finesse and all and magic bonuses and whatnot. But you'll have +11, +6, +1. And you'll be able to make 3 attacks primary with the on a full attack. If you choose to do an offhand attack during that full attack, then you'll get 4. You'll get the primary 3, and then you'll get the 1 offhand. Of course, as usual, all those attacks will be at a -2 penalty if you choose to get 4 attacks in. Um,
Oh, all of the attacks will.
yeah, yeah. When
Got it.
the
Okay.
minute you choose to attack with both weapons, that attack penalty will apply to all your attacks.
So then that's where improved 2-weapon fighting comes in.
So improved 2 weapon fighting is this. Instead of getting 1 offhand attack, you get a second one. And
Okay.
that second one will be at a -5 penalty, which is exactly
Oh,
the
great.
same which is exactly the same amount with your primary. So, if you have to improve to say you have improved to weapon fighting now, you'll have primary, you'll have +6 +1. That's the normal shit. But now you choose, all right, I got improved weapon fighting. I'm against this guy. I'm a full attack, but I'm not gonna make these 2 attacks. I'm gonna make 4 attacks because I got weapon fighting, which lets me make the offhand attack, and then improved weapon fighting lets me make a second offhand attack, making it a total of 4. However, all my attacks are at -2. So you'll have +4
Oh,
minus, you have +4 -1 primary, +4 -1 the secondary with the offhand with the
but
improved weapon
what?
fighting.
Oh, with the offhand, but my primary hand will still be +9/+4.
So if you were to have improved weapon fighting now, including your weapon finesse bonuses, magic bonuses, weapon focus bonuses, um, if you're choosing to only attack primarily, it's +11/+6. But if you choose to do the 2 weapon fighting, it'll be +9/+4. And then with the offhand, it'll be +9/+4. If you had
Got
improved
it.
weapon, if you had improved 2 weapon fighting.
Okay, because you were saying +5 -1 or something,
Oh, I wasn't. That's
or
because I was
+4
I was
-1.
saying base. I wasn't adding in the weapon
Got it.
finesse
Got it. Got it.
bonuses and all the other bonuses. I was just going off of
Okay. Okay.
base. Yeah, and greater two
Okay.
weapon fighting adds a third attack. Basically, it's set in a way
That's
where
another
where it
-5.
matches your primary. It matches the amount of the number of primary attacks you have, as long as you keep taking those improved weapon fighting, greater two weapon
-5.
fighting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Is there any way to decrease that -5
no,
per for each attack? No.
that's
Okay.
always there, that -5 to the extra attack. So yeah, with
Got
greater
it.
two weapon fighting, the math is the third attack gets a -10 penalty.
Yes, I think I
But
was reading up somewhere that like the way it matched out, like
it matches the primary. The numbers match.
right, but
Oh,
I was reading that like getting greater 2 weapon fighting is not worth it um for Slayer DPS wise. Like there's so many better things to get. They said improve like they said you should stop and improve 2 weapon fighting. I got to do a little more reading on that, but there was like there was some type of reasoning as to why that there's just better um there's
I
better
guess.
things to
Well,
get.
I guess what they're trying to say is because it's so much harder to hit with that third attack, that rather than worry about missing more, to just take a different feat that can help you out.
Yeah, do
That's what
some
they're getting
like
at.
a lot of people saying like do stuff that'll get you the sneak attack damage. Focus on that.
That's an option.
So
I mean,
that's why I
I
was looking
wouldn't.
at.
Yeah, it's an option. I wouldn't completely disregard greater two weapon fighting because it can prove useful. But I guess if you're going, guess I guess they're min maxing and going mathematically. Yeah, if you're going for like really hardcore DPS and you want to go all hardcore with the fucking statistic, yeah, they're right in that aspect.
Yeah,
But
word.
but yeah, yeah, it'll be interesting seeing how your build goes.
Yeah.
You've
All
got
right, brother.
options.
Well, I'm gonna get
You're
going. I
yeah, you
gotta
got options. Your character's the
grab a shower and
most.
go to bed.
Your character's the most. He's versatile when it comes to like melee and being like the roguish type of the group. Because you're the best. You're the you're the closest to the group has to a rogue
Yeah.
character. Because some of your abilities overlap. Some of the rogue's abilities. Um, and they overlap a little bit of the rangers. They don't exactly have a ranger and rogue abilities. It's still very different than those two, but what what they bring to the table overlaps those two classes pretty much. Um, so yeah, yeah, for starters, you are the skill as the term goes, the skill monkey. You are the skill monkey of the group. You're the one that's getting what 9 points every level.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, definitely use those. Definitely pay attention to what you can do with your skills because your skills are like on par with like his combat ability. But yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, man.
And see you next week.
Yep, next week it is. I was hoping to get further than this, but fuck. I was like, I hate how fast time
all
goes.
good.
So fucking annoying, but all right.
Yeah.
Peace
Later.
out.